so like it's not normal to just eat it plain, or
No, you can, but like, do you like apple pie?
I love apple pie.
Okay, now we're talking. Uh, is it?
It's time for Gavin Doodle.
Hey, everybody! It's Thursday night. It's Gavin Doodle time. I am excited for the night. We got a couple things I gotta go through first. First of all, it's called Gavin Doodle. It should be pretty straightforward. I just yelled it at you. Tonight we have on a special guest. I guess every night we have on a special guest, but tonight is also a special guest. So we're going to give a warm round of applause to Zoe Persico, who's done a variety of books that are all adorable and cute and filled with, well, I was going to say happy tales. They're not all happy tales, but lots of stories that have, there we go, morals and all sorts of fun stuff to them and information, like this book called Brothers Are Not for Hitting. Should have told my brother that because he used to beat me up. But it has fun facts. Well, I wouldn't say fun facts. Facts about how to deal with anger issues in the back. And we have stuff like Greta and the Giants, which is about Greta Thunberg. You might have heard of her. She's a known entity. And she has these beautiful images with critters and things of the sort all in it. Look at that image. So good. So I'm super excited to have Zoe Persico on. I hope I'm saying that right. Tonight I'm going to be doing a Valentine's thing, which is my wife and I really love this show that's no longer on the air called Pig Royalty. And so it's a tribute to that of a guy hugging a pig. And it's called Hug Hog because he hogs hugs. No. Yeah. There you go. Next week we're going to have on Tom Engelberger. I was sick about 3 weeks ago. You can still hear it. I'm still coughing. He did a variety of different books for kids. You probably might know him from the Origami Yodo series. We're going to have him on to chat with us. And then lastly, before I get us going here, I'm going to be posting this Saturday these pieces I made with Raul the third. We're going to be auctioning these off. So if people want to get their hands on these, you'll need to watch for that post to pop up in the links. In the meantime, let's get our special guest in here. I'm going to flip this to my ugly mug. There it is. You see it? It's here. This hat, I think, looks a little bit like a baby bottle nipple. Anyways, hello, everybody. Let's get that good picture, Lauren. I got it, Lauren. I'm going to let in our special guest. Do it all first. And so let's see. Ooh, I did a good job coughing that time. My voice sounds better now. And there.
Hey, can you see
Hello.
me?
I can hear you. I can see you.
Cool.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Huh.
Oh, dang.
Why can't you see me? I see me on the feed.
Hmm. Do I need to close out and get back in here? I have no idea. I
Why
would
don't we
like
do
to
that?
see your work.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? Why don't you jump off and then
Yeah.
send an invite again, or I can let you in and see if it connects because I am here. What do you see? Do you just see darkness?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I love technical difficulties.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll try this.
let me try and pop back in.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was it for Zoe tonight. No, wait, let me get them back in. So give me 1 second. Can you see me now?
Oh my gosh, I can't. Why not? This is crazy. It's funny because when I jumped back in, it showed like the old feedback, and then I was able to see you. So,
Interesting. Okay. Other people can see us, so it's something.
okay,
It's gotta be
good.
something on your end. So you're.
Probably. I apologize. Yeah,
Wait, I'm gonna try this. Anything?
no. Hang on. I love technology. Okay, well, at least everyone else can see. So,
Yes. Yes.
oh, no.
So you're gonna. I'm here. I am like the most handsome I've ever been.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's a beacon of light coming through in that feed that you just don't get to see. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's such a shame. Oh no. Who knows? Maybe, my phone will eventually cooperate, and I get to see what you're doing. I would love to see what you're working on, and I would love to see your face as well. But yeah.
Do you want to try? Do you want to try logging out, restarting your phone?
Ooh,
Back in?
yeah, I can try and do that if people are okay with that.
I'm sure it's what, Lauren? What'd you say? Or a second device if you have a second device.
But
Try the log out, log back in. Like restart the phone. It takes a second to do, and I do that before the show, and it gets rid of a lot of technical errors.
Oh, that's smart. Okay, let me do that. I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, I apologize. I had everything else ready to go.
It looks like your family is on here, so I'll ask them.
Yeah, I know. I knew they were gonna hop on. So just be patient. I'll be back in like one quick second. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. I see that, Lauren. I saw that as well. I'm talking to my producer upstairs. So we're gonna give it a minute. If Zoe's family, because I saw the name's Persico. I hope I'm saying that right. In what? Persico. Ooh, fancier. Bear Edwards. Yes, the IT person in me just said go recite or refresh it and see if it comes back. But if so, Zoe's gonna be back in a second. We're gonna see. I'm gonna give it a minute and then I'll try doing the invite again. But I will plug one last time. I am doing a auction for these two pieces starting on Saturday. I made these about 3 weeks back when I had Raoul the Third on. And on Saturday, starting at noon, these are going to be auctioned. They're starting at $50 and go up an increment of 10 through a secondary or third-party app. And then at the end of the week, whoever has the highest bid will get these, and I will donate the money, all of the money raised to the Immigrants Law Center for Minnesota, which has sort of been overwhelmed with a lot of odds and ends, obviously, as those who follow the news. And so we're going to try to get that some money to them. So if you have any interest in buying those, there's going to be some stuff posted on Saturday that will explain it all. I'm going to cough one more time, so bear with me. Here, I can mute it. Wait, hold on. I hope you didn't hear that, but my voice is racked. All right, let me see if I can let our guests back in. Let's see if they show up. They haven't shown up yet, so they're still probably cycling the system. In the meantime, if Zoe's family wants to throw some topics that I should talk about that are secrets that I can pretend like I know about when we have a discussion, like if there's any inside secrets that I can just throw in there and surprise her with, feel free to throw those in the comments now. I'd be happy to, did Zoe have an issue with wetting the bed? Did Zoe have a crush in school that we need to know about? Is there, yeah. Oh, Linda, thank you. Yes. I need gossip. I need the stuff that I can say, oh, okay, there we go. We got a request. We're going toward it. We're going to do it. Cross our fingers. Artsy. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it worked. Yay!
Yay!
Oh no. Oh my God.
Down the handsome dial a little just so I didn't scare you when it worked.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. No, it's crazy too because like 10 minutes before I did this too, I accidentally did something on my phone that like almost bricked it and I freaked out. So I ran downstairs to my husband and I was like, can you help me fix my phone? So I'm just technologically illiterate. So thank you so much for your patience and everyone's patience.
Not a problem. For someone who works digitally, you should have known better. You should.
No, and somebody who's a millennial too. I feel like I should have known all this technology stuff, but I'm so bad with technology.
I'm not even a millennial, and I got it right. No, I'm just
exactly. There you go. I have a lot to learn.
Yeah, there you go. Years of experience to know to refresh it. That's it. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm just so stoked. I've watched plenty of episodes, and they're always so entertaining. So thank you for providing so many cool interviews and making cool stuff. So
thank you. It is a fun network of people that hopefully at some point I can get everybody together and we can have a bunch of folks sort of like I just see a case of Lala Walker.
Hi, Lala.
And I don't know if you must know them.
Yeah. Local illustrator art friend. So he told me she's gonna pop in, which is very exciting.
They were on. Estrella Lorenco was on, saying they wanted to see you. So it is a network that hopefully people can partake in. Outside of that, we don't need to talk about that. We need to talk about you. So,
oh my gosh!
You have to give me. I'm going to give you the mic for a few minutes, and I want you to tell us who you are, what you do. Why should all the people watching even care?
Oh my God, that's a big thing to ask. I will do my very best.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. My name's Zoe, Zoe Persico. I am an author illustrator. I've been illustrating children's books for over 10 years now, and I finally started writing books just only a small handful of years ago. I've done picture books, board books, chapter books, and my first graphic novel just came out last year, which is really exciting. So another thing that I've jumped into that I love as well.
Do you like succulents?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Like the whole story basically started because I picked like my husband, like when he came home from work, he brought home a succulent for me and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have something to take care of. And it was like a huge learning journey and stuff like that. So it was just kind of the little seed that planted the whole thing.
Is it one of those ones where you have to like dunk it in water completely?
No, you're talking about, those are like air plants, I think. No, so it was basically, gosh, the pronunciation, I apologize if I'm butchering it. It's an echeveria or echeveria. And they're like really like plump, beautiful leaves that get like this really pastel, almost like dusting on them when you leave them in the sun and stuff like that. And you just water them pretty minimally, but they love the sun basically. They're desert plants.
That sounds like my kind of plant. My green thumb is, basically dead at this point. It's black.
Oh,
it's wilted. It is, yeah.
To be fair, I am not like a master gardener either. Yeah. Like I have my handful of plants in the graveyard, so you are not alone.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. I'm good at composting dead plants. That's what it comes down to.
There you go. See, yeah. I need to get into composting. That's a great idea.
So tonight we're going to talk a couple of things right up front. Obviously, we had a technical snafu. If any technology goes wrong, we'll try to hop back on and get going. But I want to be respectful of your time. So if you need to leave at any point, if you go, hey, I'm tired. I know it's late at night. You're in Florida, right?
I am. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if it's late at night and you go, I need to go to sleep now, bye-bye time. Absolutely just let me know. And I'm happy to send you off in style. But to the challenge of the day, do you know what you're working with material-wise? And do you know what you're doing?
Yes. So I've been painting a ton traditionally lately, so I'm just going to keep up with the theme.
Okay.
So I am working on, I already got it stretched and prepped. That it's so hard to see because it's in the red colored pencils, but I'm going
Okay.
to be painting my succulent plant characters just in a really funky, psychedelic kind of crazy fun. I haven't had time to play in a long time, so I just
Okay.
wanted to throw something down. And for materials, I'm mostly going to be using watercolor and colored pencils. I'll probably throw in some gouache and maybe some Neocolor IIs, but I think
What?
that's probably what I'm going to be working with.
The Neocolors, I'm assuming, are Caran d'Ache.
Yes.
Okay. What about the watercolor? What brand?
Yeah, so I've got like a mix. I'm working with like a palette, so it's kind of a mixture of like Winsor Newton's, Daniel Smith's, and then on this side, what I did is I learned from like a art YouTuber. Gosh, I can't remember her name, but she showed like this technique where you crush down like Caran d'Ache Neocolors, and you kind of mix them together, and then you can like rehydrate them that way. So that's like a fun way to like reuse them.
Yeah.
And then my amazing friend, one year, she came back from Japan and she brought me back all of like the Holbein watercolors from the Miyazaki Museum, which is so nice. So I've been playing with those. And then for color pencils, it's like a bunch of Prismacolors.
The
I think we
classic.
got, yeah, exactly. It's, the tried and true from art school, and then some Caran d'Ache luminance in there and stuff like that. So,
Where, out of curiosity, you say art school. Where I don't know if I saw anywhere. Maybe I did read it at some point, but where'd you go?
no, I don't really advertise it that much, so that's totally fair. I went to two different art schools. So I did my first 2 years at Kendall College of Art and Design in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then I transferred and did my last 2 years at SCAD.
That's Cat. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I know the schools I teach. I'm in that circuit, and so I know those names. So easy enough.
Oh, okay.
So tonight, what we gotta do is we gotta start making and chatting. The rule of thumb that I play by is anything and everything is okay to talk about. If I go off on a tangent and you're like, "Whoa, that's too far," or if I ask something too personal, they tend to turn into these weird like therapy sessions of like,
Oh my
you know,
God. Okay.
so I ask questions like, are you happy with your artwork?
Okay.
Yeah, it's more to like for the people out there to understand that like it's not all
Oh, for sure.
rainbows and sparkles all the time. So they understand that the struggle is for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
If anything goes awry or you want to shift topics and you're like, you know what, I really want to ask about hot dogs for the rest of the night, we can talk about hot dogs for the rest of the night.
I can
Fair
talk about
game.
hot dogs.
I don't know as I can actually talk about hot dogs all night, but I'll let you load the conversation there. So why don't we switch to our downshoots and we'll
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Bear with me.
So I will also let you know that I said it as I think we were starting, but I don't know if you heard, but I am still getting over a cold from 3 weeks ago. Just a lingering cough. So yeah, so you might hear me cough a bit throughout the night.
Oh my gosh, no,
so-
totally understand. Feel better. Like seriously,
Yeah.
the cold is no
I'm
joke.
trying. And I have a dad cough that's really loud. And,
Oh my gosh.
I will try
No,
to protect your ears.
No, it's okay. I have like an old man cough, so it's okay. I understand.
So as we get going, what I need to know from you, or I need to hear a little bit about sort of your upbringing in the arts. I think whoever Linda Persico.
Yeah, that's my mom. She loves hopping in and saying hi.
So she posts. I said, "Give me some secrets or
Oh,
things," while you were refreshing your feed, and they said that you started painting when you were 8, or making art at 18 months.
oh God. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. She would give that story.
So give me the inside scoop on sort of who you are back then as much as who you are now.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm working with like a very cruddy top-down shoot thing that I've had for years. So I just want to make sure y'all can see that's okay, can you? I just want to make sure.
Yes. You can also, just so you know, it looks great. It's a matter of, you can also pinch your screen. It will zoom in and zoom out so we can see more or less depending as well.
Ooh, genius, actually. I'm going to give that a shot because I'm trying to find like the right balance of like I want y'all to like be able to see the details and stuff,
Yeah.
but like I think that should be fine.
It also will come into view as you work. That once you start to put down pigment, we will start to see more and more. So I'm sure it will become more visible as time goes on as well.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I think we'll go with this.
I'm actually gonna create a new palette here for the night. We'll figure out something. So again, tell me a little bit about, as you set up there. Tell me a little bit about the start. You were
Sure.
born 3 days later. You're drawing or something of the sort.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, I guess like that's so funny she brings it up. Y'all can see this, right? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm like trying to position in a way where I can look up and I can see what you're doing too. And let me enhance the brightness of this lamp. Okay. So, oh boy. Okay, so I guess like I'm that kind of that stereotypical answer of like, oh, I've been drawing since I could pick up a crayon.
Yeah.
That's very you know, of a typical answer, but I've just always like drawn like I would steal computer paper and I would just draw on that like with regular like pencils and stuff like that.
Wait, who'd you steal the paper from?
Oh, my parents. I would go in
Okay.
I would go in the office and then just steal the computer paper.
People at Staples are all like, "Here it comes again! Everybody hide the paper."
I know. Oh no. No. But yeah, I would just like steal from the giant pack like that they would just keep on the side for the printer. And then I would just like take like cookbooks and like I would put the paper on top and like because the cookbook would work as kind of like my easel so I can draw like in my lap on my bed. I feel that's gotta be a universal experience, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, I know that I took paper from my parents and I drew. It's gonna sound really dumb, but I drew battle scenes of like ants fighting each other, and it was like, you know, it was sitting in the corner hiding by myself, sort of drawing, and it was an escape mechanism for me as a
For
kid. It was like,
sure.
you can dive deep into that world and not have to answer to anybody in that moment.
That's so true. Yeah. I definitely was a much shyer kid growing up, so drawing was definitely a form of escape for sure.
Yeah. Was there something you drew a lot? Like, was there a subject matter?
Oh, yeah, Pokemon. I'm like a true like I, I was born in the early 90s, so like I grew up with all the Pokemon. I grew up with Neopets. That's like when like anime and manga started getting like really big in the States. So I got really into reading manga when I was like in 5th grade and stuff like that. But like I'm trying to think of like the first thing. Oh, I used to like draw like I would come up with characters like we collected Beanie Babies because you know it's the 90s
Yes,
and like
yes.
and so like I would play with Beanie Babies all the time and I would like make up characters for them and then I would draw them. So I think that was just kind of the start of it. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Animals, any just fun creatures. I didn't really draw people until like much later.
But it was primarily character based. You weren't like drawing cars or trains or.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. I wish I still struggle with drawing like automobiles. I'm really proud of myself that I like was able for the graphic novel that I just did, I had to paint a car several times. And I was very nervous. And what I did, because I knew what car model I wanted to do, because I wanted to do a reference of the old car that my family had when we were growing up. And I managed to find a website. It was like one of those like like auction sites or whatever. So I'm like, this is perfect. I found the vehicle I wanted to paint. And
Yeah.
it shows all the sides of the car and then the insides and stuff like that. It was just genius.
What was it? Just a like? Was it meant to be a reference model site, or was it just someone had uploaded those pictures?
No, just somebody uploaded the picture. I was just looking for like, okay, I'm looking for this specific Toyota car.
Yeah.
And I just like searched it on Google and I'm like, oh, somebody's trying to sell their Toyota. And I'm like, oh, okay, is it gonna be weird if I like save this for reference?
As long as you're, yeah, as long as you, if their face is in it, it doesn't show up, or if they have some kind of like hula girl on their front dash. That's
Oh my
specific
gosh,
to,
no, there was
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what would be in one of those photos. Like when you look at old house photos for real estate, and you can see the people's furniture, and you can tell what kind of life they lived because of what uh, they still have in those photos.
Oh
Um,
no, it was like a completely blank slate for sure.
so with that idea of you're young, you're drawing, etc. Did you know early on that you were going to end up in this career, or was
Um,
that sort of news to you?
I guess like I always knew I wanted to do something like art related. But I thought, you know, I'm remembering now, like I wanted to be an animator. That's another thing. I was like really into like the 90s Disney movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like animate. I'm gonna go to Disney and I'm gonna go animate my super complicated characters, and everyone else is gonna animate them, and it's gonna be amazing. And then like I got older and I realized that's not really a thing. And then I also realized like animating is very difficult.
Yes. Yes. I mean, where did you grow up? Was it
I grew up in Chicagoland, so
okay?
yeah, so like I want to say like 40 minutes outside of Chicago.
I was gonna say, yeah, not known for its like big production. I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in Minnesota, and so like there wasn't big
Nice.
production up there beyond sort of like uh um was it NPR or PBS rather. Uh,
Oh, right. Yeah.
wait, did you grow up? So 90s? Did you grow up in an era when like Newton's Apple was on
Oh
PBS?
my God. I'm not that I can think of. Like I'm thinking
Okay.
more like I would say um in terms of like the oldest media I can think of that I consumed, I know it wasn't on TV, but I would watch it on VHS all the time, was Pee-wee's Playhouse. And I know that's
Mm,
not like my generation, but like I have older cousins and they had all of them. So like I got gifted all like the Pee-wee's DVDs or VHSs, and so I have really fond memories of that.
the VHS set where like they lined up and it showed an image on the side. If I remember
I,
correctly.
oh gosh, it's like so
Uh-oh.
funny, but like that sounds about right.
I'm pulling old man references. Well, I mean it's not that old if I'm talking about Pee Wee, but still, I think I had probably the same set of them, um, of all of those VHSs from the '90s, specifically from the '90s. Um, so, at some point you decide, hey, I want to be an artist. When you said I want to be an animator, how old were you at that time?
Oh, I must have been like 10 or something. I think so. Like, or I don't know. I think, when you're 9 or 10, you kind of like go through a bunch of different like ideas of what you could want to be and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, for a hot moment, like, I'm gonna be a zookeeper, or another moment, I'm like, I'm gonna be what I really wanted for like, if I wasn't gonna go into the arts, I was like, I'm gonna be a storm chaser. That was like,
Really? Okay.
yeah, that was like my dream like concept because I used to watch those shows, and I just got like such a thrill watching people like chase storms and stuff, and I'm like, I want to do that. That looks so cool.
When
Um,
did you move? Uh, well, you were in Chicago. Was
mhm.
did you move down to Florida later in life, or is that something where like at some point you transitioned?
It was yeah, it was a later in life. So
Okay.
I've kind of lived, I've kind of bounced around a couple of different places. So I grew up in Illinois. I did my first 2 years of school in Michigan. I did my my last 2 years of school in Georgia, and then we graduated college, and then my now husband, we were like, let's go try something new. So then we moved out to Washington State, and we lived outside of Seattle for 2 years, and that was really fun. And then we're like, oh, okay, neither of us work in tech, so I don't think we can live out here.
Yeah.
So, and then we came back to the Midwest thinking we were going to be there. And then after a while, we're like, no, we can't do this. And I've always had family in Florida. My husband's family has been in Florida for over 10, 11 years now. So we're like, let's just kind of go down there and check it out. And like, we didn't like have a specific place in mind. We just went to go check out a couple different cities. And Northeast Florida just works out really well. Like it's a perfect blend where you still get the seasons, and it's like not too touristy or anything like that, but like you still get all the amazing like nature and everything, and everyone's been so nice. I've met some. Say it again.
Heat? Did you get the heat and the humidity though?
Yeah, that's been the hardest part. I'm still, okay, I will say this. My skin has never been better since moving down here. I used to have horrible skin, and I don't know if it's just because it was so dry, but I like came down here and all of a sudden it's like my skin could breathe. So that's been the one good thing, I would say.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but in the lighting, at least when you hopped on, it looked like you had a reddish tint to your hair. Are you like, I don't think I could survive down in Florida without being basically constantly having a sunburn.
Oh yeah, I'm very pale.
Yeah, okay.
And I do have to wear sunscreen a lot. So it's kind of a give and take. It's like, oh, I have to wear more sunscreen, but at the same time, it's like I don't really have to deal with seasonal affective like depression or anything as much.
Okay.
It's like cloudy and like and gross and stuff like that, but
you're not dealing with like 3 feet of snow like we have up here on the ground right now, and
no, my husband and I and some friends, we just went up to Philly for a baby shower not too long ago, and when we went, it was snowing, and for a hot second, I'm like, oh, I miss the snow. It's so pretty. Like, it's just so gorgeous. And then we came back home, and I'm like, okay, the sun does feel really nice.
Yeah. Or you look at the snow and you're like, it's so pretty, and then you look at the side of the street and you go, oh, that's disgusting looking, where it's all brown and gross and pushed to the side.
Oh, exactly. And I don't miss scraping ice off of my car.
Yeah.
Like, I remember getting up very early before going to high school, and I would have to get up super early and like get rid of all the ice crud off before you could drive. It is a like, I grew up in Minnesota. Snow should be the thing that I'm like, oh, it's totally fine. But I have lived in enough locations and gotten so far away from that, even though New Hampshire does have a ton of snow, that I've sort of grown tired of it. But a lot of it, and I don't know if this makes any sense to you, snow is really fun when you're little. Oh, for sure.
Not fun when you're old and have to take care of cleaning off stuff to get to work.
Exactly. Like, I have so many fond memories playing in the snow. I grew up in a cul-de-sac, and they would always push the snow up against the front bank of the cul-de-sac. So it would just be a giant snow mound. And, like, me and my sisters and the neighbor kids, we would all, like, go in there and, like, try and, like, carve out little, like little, oh, my God, why am I, like, little hideouts and stuff in the snow and stuff like that. It was just, I have very fond memories of doing things like that, for sure. So the snow has its place for sure, especially when you're a kid.
So what is the drawback? I mean, I know there's hurricanes down in Florida, but what's the one thing that you're like, it doesn't have to be weather-wise, but that you could do without down there?
You know what I miss? I miss having a basement.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I know that might sound a little silly, but there's nothing better than like coming. It's like a hot day. You get to go downstairs. It's like nice and cool in the basement, and you're like sleep. You get to like nap on the most comfy couch.
Yeah,
Um,
the couch that isn't upstairs for the company. Couch
yes,
that's sort of like it's seen its day, but it's curved perfectly to fit your body at that point.
correct. Oh
Yeah,
my God, yeah.
gotcha.
Oh yeah, it was like the perfect sleepover couch. Yes.
Um, no, my brother lives in Texas, and I remember going down there, and there's no one has basements there. Even though like you would think a basement would be nice and cool and refreshing in that area, but nope. It's I do the down. There are downsides to a basement, must and stankiness and whatnot, but I understand.
Oh yeah.
I understand it. What about? Do you live in an area where there's gators?
Oh, I haven't seen one out in the wild by me. I'm like more like in the city. I say city like as if it's like a big metropolitan. It's not, but like I'm like within like a city limits. So it's like it's more I'm like in this like really cute like older neighborhood, but there's like no like ponds or anything.
Okay.
So I don't get like the typical Florida experience in that sense. But whenever I've gone out, I remember one time we did like a little road trip to go out to a national forest that was just south of Tallahassee, and oh my God, it was so beautiful. It's called St. Mark's, and we did like a hike there, and on the hiking trail, there was just a gator in the middle of the hiking trail, and I just stopped and I froze. I'm like, I'm just accepting we can't get past the gator at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Luckily, my friend, who's like a Florida native, she's like, "Oh no, we're getting past the gator," and thankfully we did. Nothing happened or anything, but I just kind of accepted defeat. I'm like, look, I'm not familiar enough with gators, and I know not to mess with them, so I'm not gonna.
That's my aunt lived down in Florida for a long time, and we go down and visit. And so like I remember going to the Kennedy Space Center that's there.
I still
Or,
need to go. It's
yeah,
such a shame. I know.
I remember seeing gators. I like how I'm saying gators like it's like I'm real southern, a gator.
Gators.
I have no relationship to them of any sort, but I remember seeing them in some of the like on the side of the road and some of the water that was on the little runoff areas. But the one thing I do remember about Florida distinctly was little lizards that would
Oh yeah.
be everywhere. And I'm not a fan of like little critters that run real fast. And so
Oh no, you would hate the bugs down here then.
yes, yeah, no, I'm good up here on that part. That's
No,
that's
the
fine.
bugs are a pain in the butt here. Oh my God, I can't stand palmetto bugs. They're a pain in the butt. They're
No,
just like, oh, go ahead.
oh no, please finish.
No, they just you could like they just know how to sneak into your house. Like they're just like, okay, no, I just know how to get in somehow, and they don't cause any like they don't hurt you or anything like that. They're just like really big and annoying, and oh, it's just they're just never fun to see. They're everywhere. But yeah, like I'm thankfully like no other like insane pests outside of that. I see possums a lot. Uh,
Southern Southern
yeah,
possums with their
oh yeah.
sunglasses on.
I wish I wish I would love to see a local neighborhood possum with sunglasses on. That would make my day. I live on a street where there's like a ton of neighbor cats. They're all outside hanging out and stuff like that. So I'm sure they talk to the local possums all the
Yes,
time.
they're friends outside of work. They're friends. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to jump back to art because I know there's people tuning in for art, and we need to get to that sort of conversation as well. But I want to sort of transition. You're in this location, obviously
Hmm.
close to Florida or close enough that you can make that leap. But
Hmm.
um, were you actively working when you chose this? The reason why I ask this, I have students all the time that are, where do I live after I graduate, and all these different things. And you're not in New York City, you're not in
No,
that
I'm
location,
not.
but you're in a location that seems to work for you. And I'm wondering, was that a transition that was, you know, was that a thought about sort of like, where do I go? How do I live? Where's home?
Oh, for sure. I think I'm trying to think like so when I graduated, kind of the big thing was like it was like in the heyday of like the animation industry, like all of like the heavy hitters were like on Twitter, like and just posting all like the cool concept stuff. Like CTN was really huge, like Creative Talent Network convention or whatever that everybody went. And I had a lot of animation friends in college, and they all ended up in LA.
Yeah.
And not that I ever was like, oh, I want to go to LA, but there were like moments where I'm like, am I supposed to like be like in a place like LA if I want to get that type of career? Because it was still up in the air. I'm like, oh, I knew I was going to graduate doing picture books and stuff like that, but there was still part of me that was like, maybe I could do something in animation. I don't know, like do concept art.
Yeah. Or just be in that location.
Yeah, it like being with where creative people are. And like the only other thing I was thinking is like, oh, I could see myself being in Chicago because Chicago is also a very creative city. Like there's a lot of really talented people that are out there. So I could have seen that as well. So and we tried Seattle too, and Seattle's full of creative people. So that was like a really amazing experience that I got to do that. But I think just like the more I would just like visit a bunch of these places, and just realizing that like I don't like my husband and I don't have like specific career like trajectories to like climb like the great a ladder of like gotta grind or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think we just like we kind of realize like, oh no, like we kind of want to be in a place that like where we can do things that we're like passionate about and stuff like that, but like career for us is just like, oh, it's just like one thing, but it's not everything. So that was kind of like a big thing that I had to like break out of. And like of course like some people are like it works for them to be kind of more in the grind culture and things like that, but I just kind of knew like especially when we moved down here, like I realized like, oh, like it's nice to like hang out with people that don't work in the same industry as you or anything like that. Or like it's just nice to hang out with people like, oh, do you want to play some board games? Or like, do you want to just like hang out, watch a movie or something? And like nobody talks about work, and that's really nice.
Well, let's talk about work then. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like a nice like change of pace, and then like it gives I don't know, it feels like a nice outlet. So like, oh, I get to come home and like I get to work from home and paint and stuff like that. And then when I'm ready, like I'm done with the day or whatever, I can go hang out with my husband or friends or family or something like that. And it's just like I get to have a nice work-life balance.
Is your husband in the arts as well?
No, he's a very creative person, but he actually works in wine sales. He works in the so like if you ever need a good wine recommendation, he can give you one.
Is he what's it, a sommelier?
Yeah, he got his level 1. But he doesn't work in restaurants, so he like goes to like different stores to like help like stock and sell like suggest like wine products and stuff like that.
Yeah, sort of on the sales side.
Yes, but I know that he would love to. He could totally see himself working like in a restaurant or something, or doing sales for restaurants if that ever came up. But like he's creative in other ways. Like he is a GM for like all of our game nights. Like we do a lot of tabletops and stuff like that, and that's like a really nice creative outlet for him as well. So
you said a GM. I know my son's into D&D, so I know DM. Is GM just like a game master?
Yeah, bingo.
Okay.
Yeah. So like we started with D&D like all those years ago. And then we've done it for so long and we got to a point where like, oh, let's try something new. So we just like he just started bringing up like new tabletops to try, and they've been so fun and like just great like unique experiences and stuff. So yeah, it's just the difference is just it's just a game master rather than a dungeon master.
So let me ask you about that in particular, because my son is like into D&D pretty heavy at this point. He's 12, almost 13, so it's like you know, he has not experienced all the different tabletop games that are out there. I think he's played a few, but he definitely knows that D&D side. Since you play in that world, I'm going to ask
Yeah.
a question, and you can say yay or nay, or I don't want to answer that. But are there games in particular that would be a good transition game if you wanted to try something other than D&D?
Oh, for sure. There's like, I guess it just depends on like what kind of genre you want to play in. So like if you still kind of want like, oh, what's like a good example? Because the one that we play a lot, I don't know if I would particularly recommend for a 12-year-old because it's more
Yeah.
like spooky X-Files, like a little bit darker.
Okay.
But I'm thinking in terms of like a good family one if you want something like it's very cozy and very like collaborative, like Wander Home is a really good one. You all play
Okay.
as like different animals. Like it's just very cute and adorable. Um,
Are
what are
there
some?
good romance ones? Because I know he loves romance.
Oh my gosh.
He does. He does
There's
not. I'm just trying to. He's upstairs listening, so I'm trying to make him scream in the background.
there's one that we're doing too called Pendragon, where you all play as like medieval Arthurian knights.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, so that's
Okay.
like a good one. And one of the elements is like, oh, if you want to, one of the goals you can reach for is you can try and be a romantic knight. So you have to like
Now
level
we're
up in certain things, and you have to find a wife or a husband.
that, that's I that would be the type of game that even if you weren't playing a romance game, I would try to slide that in just to be silly. Like
Yeah, oh,
the
for
idea of
sure.
like I'm gonna. So are all these games things that like you know the idea of I'm assuming these are all like dice based sort of games or things of the sort. But
Hmm.
are all these games things that are like this is gonna sound weird? Are they in a sense a little gateway drug to your sort of creativity and your like were you playing
Yes.
these games when you were little? Is this an extension of that in some way?
No, it's
A lot of people
actually. Oh, go ahead.
got
I'm
into
sorry.
like Wizards of the Coast art and stuff when they were little, and so I'm wondering
Mm.
where does this stem from?
No, actually, I did not grow up playing like tabletops or anything like that. Like we would do the occasional board game, but it was never like that. It wasn't it was yeah, my creativity during like when growing up came more from like movies and TV shows and books and stuff like that. But like as an adult, playing these types of games actually kind of has like unlocked like a new type of creativity where it's like actually really great for character building. Like I've come up with so many different types of characters throughout the years that like it's helped me kind of figure out like, oh, how would this type of character act or like what would they do in this type of situation and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So it's like actually been really great like practice for like storytelling, like if you want to do like your own stories and stuff. So anyone who's like interested in like trying out tabletops, I know it's hard to find somebody who will GM for you, but if you can, or if you like ever want to try GMing yourself, like it's a great creative outlet that I think like especially if you want to write stories and stuff like that, is like really great exercise to
so
do it.
do you go to Gen Con?
No, I want to so bad. It's on the bucket list. I really want to go because I know they do like board games and stuff there too. And that's another thing that's really big in our house. We love board games.
Okay, what's the favorite? What's the one? What's the game du jour?
Oh, there's so many. It just depends on the group we're playing with. So like if we're having like a casual game night, we'll do like Quacks. Have you ever played that one?
Quacks? No.
Oh my gosh, honestly, it's a great family game. Look it up.
Okay.
You're basically all playing as um like you're like playing like the local like wizard and stuff and you're making your own brew, but like you're pulling from a bag and one of the tokens you can pull like will make your pot explode. So you're trying to get the furthest along and beat the other people around you like before everyone else's pot explodes. It's very fun.
That is not what I was expecting to be because you said quacks, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, like the longer name is like Quacks of Quimbleton or something like that.
Oh,
So I think it's like
okay.
supposed to be a play on like, oh, they're just like the quacky people in the town.
I read it as when you said it at first, I was thinking it was going to be a game where you play as a duck. And so,
Oh, well, that's a good idea.
but then you went into this whole story of wizards, and I'm like, what is going on now?
I know. I know. I'm trying to think of another. We just picked up another board game called Raw, which has been really fun. It's an auction game where you're all advisors for Ra, the Egyptian god,
Oh, okay.
and it's very fun, very simple. Like lately, we've been really into like the very like chill, like either 2 to 4 player types of games. Um, I'm trying to think of. I
Oh,
think for like a more advanced game, if I'm sure if somebody in here is like very familiar with board games, like, they would know what I'm talking about. It's Arcs. And Arcs is a very, very, very good game.
do you have a lot of time to play games with all the books that you're making?
I do it like we don't play every day, but we'll do it
Okay.
like after a long day, like if we're gonna have friends over, like we'll usually we'll do like a game night like once a week.
Okay, so it's you're not it's not eating up your professional time. You're not having to talk to your art directors and go, sorry, I couldn't get that job because I was on the right edge of the board with and I had to roll a whatever. Uh,
Oh my God. If only I could
uh,
give that as an actual excuse.
there probably are art directors out there who be like, yeah, no, that totally makes sense. You got to do what you got to
Yeah, you
do.
gotta do what you gotta do.
So tell me, career wise, obviously you're someone who likes a story, who
Oh
likes to um, uh, think about a world, think about sort of how to develop a narrative arc that comes into those tabletop games, that comes into all these variables. Um, are you someone like when you're in that creative world, when you're writing or when you're illustrating, do you play out the sort of fantasy in your head of like what's actually happening?
no. Ooh, so kind of like playing like what I think like I would visualize the scene to go.
Yeah, like do you have voices in your head? You're like, oh, now this character's saying this, and this is like how much of it is uh, just a job, and how much of it is you sort of living a fantasy
Mm,
through the characters that you draw.
that's so funny. How deep do I go down the well for this?
Yeah, yeah. How much do you want to
Um,
reveal? That's
I
the
think like, I mean I mean I've always done that since I was a kid. Like I would just like I would listen to music on the school bus and just like visualize like how my characters would like talk to like be in like a very serious scene or something like that. Um, but I mean, like I'll go on walks with my dog. I walk him every day, and like I'll just like play some music, and like it helps me like think of like, oh, how would these two characters interact with each other? So I definitely do it a decent amount, but I find myself doing that more like if I'm doing like graphic novel stuff. Like I definitely did that a lot when I was working on Succulent, like especially at the beginning. It was a lot of brainstorming. I actually had to go back into like the old elementary school days, like before even going deep into the writing. Like I actually made like an old school like web. Like I started with like the name in the middle, and then I would branch off. And I'm like, okay, this is like their personality type, and this is how they like to interact with this character and stuff like that. So I mean, because I was kind of starting from like a place of unknown. It's like I've never done a graphic novel before, and I'm like I better like at least try and use some of the tools I sort of remember to use, and it actually
yeah.
was very helpful.
You need to make a thinking cap.
Basic. Oh, I need one.
A little. I wonder. There's probably someone out there like a little bit off their rocker um, author that does that kind of thing where at that time of day they put on their thinking cap that they actually have of some sort, or they're it's the equivalent of like getting a cup of coffee. It's you just put that on and it gives you good ideas of some sort. Um,
I know, seriously, and that's like what like like going out and going for a walk, literally, like, or running, like, literally helps with. It just helps get those ideas flowing for sure.
well, I was gonna say, do you think that the uh, TTPGs? So for those that don't know what that means, it means
Oh, do you want me to fill in the blank?
yes.
Tabletop role-playing game.
Oh, TTRGs. I said PGs. I'm sorry.
It's rated PG.
Yeah, I was about to say, where did that come from? And it's just me trying to introduce movies into the mix.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we can talk about movies at some point too.
Oh, I'm happy to. I'm happy to talk all sorts of media.
Oh yeah.
But do you think that playing those games and things has helped you as a storyteller or as someone who understands how um, to convince the reader or the viewer that this world is real? Like, does it help you in some way?
I think so. I like to
World
think it
building.
does. Because,
Yeah.
like, I think it's just like anyone who wants to get into, like, writing stories, it's like you kind of have to, like, not only, like, find inspiration and things, but just, like, stretching your creative muscle and stuff like that. Like, it's it's like, oh, like, if you're gonna be a writer, you should read books, or
Yeah.
like if you're gonna be a movie like director or something like that, like watch movies. Like just having all sorts of like different avenues for like creativity, I think is super important. I feel like I've gotten better as a storyteller because of that, for
Yeah.
sure.
Is there this is going to be a sort of a loaded question in a way, but um, is there a type of story loaded? And why I say, I mean, this is going to be a question that maybe the answer is too hard to pin down. But is there a type of story that you like better? Like you like there's the what is it, hero's journey, and all
Mm.
things. Are you someone that likes a twisted tale? Are you someone that likes things that are circular or callbacks in story?
Ooh, yeah, I've got yeah, so I am very like particular, like I am a huge fan of stories that focus more on character development than an actual plot. I know like some people will definitely disagree with me on that. Like some of my favorite books or like movies or anything like that, it's like not a lot happens, if that makes sense. Like so like I just get more invested in like how the characters are like interacting with each other and
You
things like that.
don't need a big action scene
No, not really. I
for
think I
the
just get
dopamine to hit. Yeah.
I get so hooked by like like yeah, some of my favorite like books or movies and stuff like that. Like it's a very simple plot. Like I'm trying to think of like an example I've like watched recently. Oh my gosh, what is it called? It stars Anne Hathaway, and it must have come out in like 2007. But it basically is about her sisters getting married. And it's like the whole thing of like, oh, the whole thing is just literally her coming back to help her sister, set up this wedding. But it's like a deeper underlying thing. Like they have like family history and trauma that like as the audience we're slowly learning about as they're opening up to each other. And like it's just the tension between these characters is just very, very I just like how real it like feels.
So you like smart movies, is what you're telling me.
Oh my gosh, no! I'm like, okay, I'll give you like, well, actually, no, I think this is a smart movie. I love Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay. Okay.
Like, and that's a very simple plot, but like, there's so many good characters in Mad Max Fury Road that I think like there's so much you can like take from it.
So what's the if that is a smart movie in your mind, which I don't disagree with. There's some really like uh underlying current of ideas that are thrown in there, but what's a movie that you like that's absolutely dumb?
Ooh, oh man, I gotta think about this one. Because I do like dumb movies. You're gonna have to circle back with me on that one
Okay.
because I want to give like a good answer, like not something that just like coming off of the top of my head right now just to
Okay.
fill like air, but like it'll come to me.
So, well, I'll give you time to think while we jump into the next topic, which is sort of the introduction to the kidlit world in particular. So this is the moment for those people who are actually trying to like learn how to have a career and not just listen to us talk about nonsense for the night. Um, you said that you were interested in animation, et cetera, but you also knew that kidlit was sort of going to be the thing at some point. And I'm wondering, with that idea of kidlit sort of, rearing its head in your career, was there a point where it became very clear to you that like, um, it's fun, or this is the world that I need to play in? Like when did animation potentially, and maybe it hasn't, but when did that start to play a little bit of second fiddle?
I definitely want to say like I think in like again, like I mentioned earlier, there was like that brief moment where like like once I graduated college, I thought like maybe I could do like more so, like freelance animation stuff, but like I always knew Kidlit was going to be like the main thing I wanted to do. So I want to say it was high school when I was working on my like senior thesis, like portfolio, and I had to come up with like a concentration idea of like 10 or so pieces that like are kind of like the same theme.
Okay.
And so I just tried to like think more about like what I found. Like I knew I wanted to do something like, I was a high school student. I was trying to be dark and edgy, and who wasn't at that time. But like still like wanted to like find something endearing and something that I could do something with. And I thought about like all the children's books that influenced me when I was growing up, and I'm like, oh, like that's a neat idea. Like it started off as like a very like, oh, I think it'll be great to go into picture books because I don't have to animate all these different
Yeah.
things. I'm like, it's gonna be so much easier. But just like the more I like worked on it, the more I realized like, oh no, like it's cool to be able to like play with storytelling in this type of format, like in just like a collection of images with text or wordless too.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and then I was just like, oh, like when I was a kid, like I struggled to read, but like what kept me going were the pictures. So I'm like, okay, like if I can provide something like that for, a future kid, and like if my work inspires them to keep reading, I'm like, oh, but that's actually really cool. So it kind of blossomed more into that.
Can can I ask you, and you can say I don't want to answer that, but when you said you struggled to read, did you have a learning difference, or was it a just
I think,
pick up reading?
I mean, I did, I like, I don't think of my I don't think like my auditory processing would have anything to do with like reading comprehension, but like I definitely know that like I just read it just took me a little bit longer to learn than the
Yeah.
other kids in class, if that makes sense.
No,
So I just always yeah, I felt
it
behind.
totally makes sense. The reason why I ask is just the idea of like, has that impacted you as an author beyond just the idea of like, well, I just want to make books because kids can learn how to read off of them. If there was something where like, oh well, I want to make a book that's specifically for that kid that struggles to read, or like there was an author that I tried to do this, an author that told me at one point that when he goes to book events at schools, he brings some free books of his for the kids that are struggling to read.
Hmm.
It sounds really lovely. It sounds really, which it is. There's nothing wrong with that of any sort. But now there's this idea of equity, and you don't want to necessarily just single out one kid that gets a free book and everybody else goes, why not? Why not?
Right.
But that idea of, the intent behind what he was doing was, um, and he did this for a long time until I think that became a concern of the teachers. The intent was, there is a kid out there that's struggling to read, and this book, the singular book, may be the thing that gets them to, have confidence in themselves, or might get them through a tough time or whatever that variable is.
Mhm.
And so that, to me, that's one of those things where like I probably need to pay more attention to that in my own career. But when you mentioned the struggling reading side of things, I was wondering, like, how pervasive is that in your thought process in making books now?
I think I would say it helps me in terms of, I guess because I'm an illustrator first and then I guess writer second. It's weird. I mean, I know it's author illustrator, but like I guess I just think more in the mind of an illustrator.
Yep.
It's like when I go about, especially with working on a graphic novel, it's like I think having those thoughts of like the I don't know where I heard it from, and maybe you've heard it, but like I heard somewhere like reading graphic novels like turns on like two like you're basically learning how to like take in two forms of communication. One is
Yeah.
the visual, and then two is like or yeah, one is like actually reading the dialogue, and then two being that actual like you're seeing the what's going on in the scene, like the artwork in itself. And I think what how, I just remember like reading children's books where like the illustrations, like whether they meant to or not, they just did so much like good heavy lifting for me to like because of what was like happening in the scene, the expression of the character, like the color palettes that were used.
Yeah.
Um,
Connected
I
to
don't know.
it.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying you connected to it in some capacity that potentially wasn't happening in other instances, or
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I'm trying to think. Maybe you know this book series. I was really into the Serendipity books, when I was in school. But I don't know if anyone else knows what those are. I think they came out like in the 70s or the 80s, but they had like a whole collection of them.
yeah,
And they were all
I
these
don't
like,
know those.
huh?
I said I don't know those. What were they like? What was the?
Okay, so like there were some characters called like Serendipity, who was like a purple like sea monster, and then there was like Buttermilk, the bunny, um, and I'm trying to think Flutterfly, which was like a Pegasus. It almost sounds like My Little Pony, um but like if you get a chance, I actually tried looking them up the other day, and I think you can only like find them on eBay now. Um, but they were so great because they were like early readers, but they had so many beautiful illustrations that just helped me so much, and I just value them so. I just wish I had like some to like show y'all, but yeah, so yeah, just like going into picture books, like thinking about like, or even chapter books or graphic novels, just thinking of like, I'm thinking just so much of like, how can I make sure the art is connecting with the text, or if there is no text, how can I make sure I'm conveying a mood or an emotion to the reader that they can like feel connected with and understand, and like
Yeah.
that's why I play so much with like color palettes and stuff like that. I think like color can just show so much, like can help convey emotion in so much.
Do you have a book that was like a even young? Because it sounds to me like those serendipity books were, for someone who was probably like 8 or 9. Maybe no, maybe a little bit, because an early reader is what, that's like 5 to 8, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I
Um,
must have been like 6 or 7 maybe
um,
even 8. I'm trying to even think like but oh yeah, so like if we're talking like picture books, like when I was a wee lad,
yeah.
trying to even think like I mean Go Dog Go is like the classic.
Ooh, good pull. Yeah. Okay.
Go Dog Go, great poll right there. I was a big fan of all of the other reindeer. Um, if you give a mouse a cookie, like just like the classics. Those were like always just quintessential in the house. I was really big into like the I Spy books and stuff like that. Um,
To this day, like even the other day, I got a thing on my feed from Highlights that was a find these things in this scene, and it's got like somewhere in there's a horseshoe, and someone in there is a whatever, all these different variables. To this day, when I see those, I get very excited and spend my time. Like there was a point where our son used to get Highlights magazine, and I got very excited when it would come because I got to do those search and find pages as much as he did. And still, like, they excite me. And so my wife got some of those I Spy books where it's like a photograph. Is that what you're talking about? The ones that are like the big photographs that?
They were huge. They were huge books. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like those, we'll still get those to this day. My wife and I, and we're not spring chickens anymore, and we'll read or not read, I guess, look for. I'm
like, you got to teach me how you read I Spy books.
No, you don't. But the puzzle aspect like still gets me to this day. So you got to go out and get you some of those.
I should
relive the golden days of your youth. Is there now, like, you jump into this middle grade graphic novel? Was that the first time jumping into middle grade? I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, yes. I've like done illustrations for like chapter books, but it was never, I've never written or anything like that. So it was completely new territory.
Is it like, did you have a challenge trying to figure out who that audience was, since you've sort of lived in a younger world?
Yeah, it's for the longest time I'm like, I just thought like, oh, I can't do a graphic novel. I can't do middle grade. Not saying like, it's just more like I guess like, not that like I couldn't do it or anything. It's just more like, I've just been so used to doing picture books, and like, and you know what's interesting is like, after doing the graphic novel and then going back to picture books, it's almost like, I know the graphic novel was more work, but I kind of look back and like, because I'm trying to like write picture books again, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why didn't it come as easy as like the graphic novel did? I don't know what it was. Like it just kind of made me realize like, I actually really enjoy the middle grade age range. It's kind of like that time where like you can, like, you're going to the library and you're picking out books, like you're just reading for yourself for fun, and like you get to like, I don't know, like, because you're taking it in yourself, it's like you get to interpret it the way that you want, and like you picked out something special. I don't know, it's just, I just remember like how much like those types of books influenced me when I was kind of that age. And I wasn't a huge reader or anything like that, but like whenever something stuck, it stuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I think middle grade is such a cool age, like, to just do work for.
Do you, when you were working on that, like, did you I mean, obviously a graphic novel takes time, right? There's
Oh my God, yeah.
a level of patience and whatnot that has to be built up over time to know what you're sort of walking yourself into. But did you find that, because I've never done a graphic novel, I don't think I ever could, and it's not out of like, I don't have the ability to do it, but more so my mental state would deteriorate pretty quickly doing something that's that long form.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I totally, it's not easy. I'll say that. It was a complete labor of love. Like, so it's not for everyone, that's for sure.
Yeah. But that idea of working on that graphic novel, did you find that, like, I'm trying to nail down a little bit of that idea of you saying, well, why was it so hard to go back to picture books, or why was, what was the difference of some sort? And I'm wondering, does any of that have to do with the fact that a graphic novel, you're allowed sequence in a much robust way, that you can have something where someone opens a jar and we get to see different stages of it, and in a picture book it's one picture and done, and so you have to somehow convey it in a different manner? Or was it like, what was the challenge in particular that you faced?
That was definitely one of them for sure because I did notice when I tried to do when I did picture books after working on the graphic novel, I started doing like I would do panels in the pages because I wanted to show like a bunch of like emotion like interactions between the characters and stuff and like I just realized like oh I can't you're not supposed to really do that in a picture book. I mean you can, but like
I have
the art of the picture book is like letting like a full image like speak for itself, you know?
Yeah, the brothers are not for hitting. I'm looking at this one, and it does have. I did notice this idea of like there is a sequential element to this of panels
Yes.
that pop up that are very comic inspired, and not comic in the sense of superhero or anything of the sort, but just that idea of the breakdown of sequence on a singular page. It's a much more controlled thing in this than potentially like a full bleed every single spread. And so I can see that little I'm assuming this was done after.
It was,
Yeah.
yes, it was. So I was still kind of in like graphic novel brain when I was working on that. Because I'm like, oh, I want to like show all the like the cool. Because the thing is uh, like maybe I don't want to say like unpopular opinion, but like I guess for other picture book illustrators, like I think like spot illustrations are my least favorite to do.
Really?
If
Why?
yeah, it just like I think it's just because I get so I love doing all the details and stuff that like I don't know. I sound crazy saying that.
No, it's just it's one of those things where like there are certain types of images we all gravitate towards. Some people
Mm-hmm.
read. One of the things I love is doing close-ups of a face. Like it's just part of it is I don't have to do the rest of the body. Like
Oh yeah,
there's
exactly.
to that of some sort, but there are setups that some of us like lean on because they become sort of second nature. And so the idea of not liking something just falls into that same ballpark for me of, you're allowed to dislike something for the same reason, I guess. That idea of like it doesn't come naturally or whatever it may be.
Hmm.
Um, so this is that therapy section of like, how do you feel as an artist and what are the things that you think about? Is there a so I'm gonna ask a question related, but it's a much more fun question. Is there a type of illustration that you like doing that brings you the most joy?
Ooh, I think just like I haven't done it in a while, but I used to like really love doing just like go with the flow, just no plan, like environment illustrations. I used to like, especially like in college and afterwards, I would just like sit down and just like randomly put down colors. And this would be digitally. Like I haven't done this traditionally in a long time, but and like do like a landscape scene or like I loved painting clouds or storms and stuff like that. But and I would have like that one little singular emo character like looking at the viewer like all uh melancholic and stuff like that. So I actually really enjoy doing those a lot. Because maybe it's just like a nice break from when I work in picture books, I like have to work pretty colorful, I guess.
Yeah, that you have to brighten stuff up quite heavily.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I've definitely worked on books and like I've gotten comments like no issues at all. Like but I would just get comments being like, "Can you like brighten this up more?" It's like it could be brighter, it could be more like colorful and things like that. I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I totally get it." So I just admire like picture book illustrators who have like dark undertones in their work and stuff and I'm like, "Oh, one day I'll get to do something cool like that."
You get to be a Carson Ellis, or you get to be
Yes.
a Sophie
Oh,
Blackall, or
yes.
it's a. I remember having a conversation with an art director ages and ages and ages ago. It was probably 12 years ago or something like that. We were talking about the idea of I really liked the color gray at the time, and the color I like the absence of color of gray, and I thought
Mhm.
beautiful. And I told her I was like, it really frustrates me that people always say, well, you need to make, your images all bright. And then she just stopped me and goes, well, why don't you just write a story about gray? And
Ooh.
do that. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. Like, I didn't even factor in that, like, gray is not a problem, or desaturated color is not a problem if it's used in context.
Mm-hmm.
That idea, if you want to do something that's a little bit more melancholy or has that tone to it, like, you can't just go and do so-and-so's playing on the jungle gym and having a fun day, and everything is like dark and gloomy. You've got to find some reason for it to make sense long term. And when she said that, it made a lot of sense of like, oh, I'm thinking about color as just color and not as context or
Yeah.
way that makes a difference to the storytelling of it. And that person was that is actually, that was the art director that helped with or the editor that helped with Do His Talk. And so
Oh my God, that's a great book too.
yeah, it made sense that person would say something akin to that. So tell me a little bit about the variety of books that you've done. I don't want you to get into like, what's your favorite book ever? Showcase and like tell us like who's your like which one did you like working with and which one did you hate? But clearly there are some that have like risen to the top in your mind of like the books that you worked on. I bet you every illustrator has, and I'm wondering,
for sure.
is there a reason, not necessarily which books, but like what makes a book more fun to work on for you specifically?
Yeah, I'm gonna exclude Succulent because it has been my favorite project I've ever done. It's the most me project I've ever done. But like I'll exclude that because that's a graphic novel. I'm going into like picture book mode.
That's given. We know that one already.
We know that one. I'm gonna say. So the Greta one was interesting because I think that was the first one that, unfortunately, it was like a really short timeline to work on it. But despite that, I did have a blast working on it. Like I felt like the most free form when I worked on that. I got to like, it was kind of like the situation, like it made sense to like go darker with the color palettes because it is like a more serious issue and things like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yes, like I want to do more stuff like this. Where like it not only because of like I could have more fun with like a darker jewel tone color palette, but just like, oh, it's like actually like a really important message and everything like that. Like without it being like too preachy or anything like that. Like I think it's fun to be able to work on stuff that are like, I like working on stuff that's like good conversation starters for like parents and kids. Or like kids in a classroom, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now that I think about it, my next book actually is based on a Greta Thunberg thing, so we're going to be in the Greta Thunberg world.
Ooh, sick, nice.
I can't tell you what it is, but
NDA, I get it.
Yeah, no, there probably isn't that rule, but it does have a Greta Thunberg element to it that shall be revealed when it is time.
When it is time, people, be patient.
Yes. Don't get on my case about it. Obviously the graphic novel is fun, it's yours, etc. But I'm gonna throw out this little question, which is without you having control over exactly what is said in a book or the length of a book, is there a type of story that interests you more? Like the equivalent of if you had to pitch right now to your agent, to the world itself, like, hey, this is the type of project I want going forward in the future. Is there something that really sort of excites you that makes you go like, oh man, I want everybody to know, not that like everybody's listening and is going to go, we're going to hire Zoe, but how would you pitch that idea?
So you're asking if it's like something that I would write and pitch, or like I'm looking for an author to write the book and then like I would illustrate it?
Either or. before, and the reason why I say that is like, sometimes it's the right author comes along, sometimes it's you writing, but that idea of like, if a publisher is looking at you and they go, what does Zoe want to do? And you got like 10 seconds to explain it. What's the
Ooh.
mind?
Weird. I just want to do like, I want to do weird stuff. Like, I know that's like very broad, but like, I want to do something that hits hard, like from a like emotional perspective, but also like, I really want to paint monsters. I really want to like have fun with like maybe like a kid like traveling or just like being from like a weird place or something like or a different place from Earth or something like something. I would love to do something fantasy related, or something like magical realism, but it's like something's like really weird in the mix. I because I know like when I was a kid, I wanted more stuff like that. Like I think that's why I gravitated so much to like Pokemon and stuff like that, because it's like, oh, look at all these like weird monsters. Like they're so cool. Like and like or like I didn't really read any of the dragon books, but like if I should have, because I would have totally been a dragon girl, a dragon kid. You know how there's like horse girls?
Yes.
It's there's like there you got a dragon kid. That would be me.
I'm sorry, just so I know, pronouns?
Oh, what, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, she, her. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I wasn't incorrect. When you said a dragon kid and I said a dragon girl, I wanted to make sure I wasn't somehow.
Oh, no. Oh my God, no, that's totally fair. I guess I just like immediately defaulted to dragon kid because like I feel like dragons are just so universally like everybody, like every kid enjoys them, I guess. Like I can't think of like I can't think of like dragons being exclusively like one type of like gender interest or the other. I think it's just like I think everyone's just like dragons are cool.
I'm trying to think if there's any kid out there that would be like, no, that's not true.
They're like, I hate dragons.
Like, well, someone who's like, yeah, my dad was killed by a dragon, and
Oh no!
there's some kid out there that has that kind of like sentiment.
They have a beef with dragons.
Yeah, they dragons came to my school and they bullied me off the playground, something like that. That's in some variable. I just realized I'm doing the same palette as I did last week. That's not great. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm finally seeing like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. I love the colors.
I have a little piggy, and I'm trying to figure out how to put like some lime green into the mix of some sort in locations, and eventually I'll get there. But so tell me a little bit about like we talked movies, we talked some books, we talked I guess Pokemon, and we talked games. So, yeah, are you someone who like, I have some people on sometimes and I'll be like, hey, what shows are you watching? And they go, I don't watch TV. I know.
That's crazy to me.
Shame on them. But I'm wondering, are you someone who like takes in all media at all costs, or do you have limits to like, the equivalent of like, I'm not a big reader. This sounds weird because we're in kidlit, but I'm not a big reader of a lot of things, but I do read a lot of news and I like pictures.
Right.
I'm going to take a novel and read a novel today. That's not my normal cup of tea. And I'm wondering, are there what do I want to say? Like, are you someone that is like, you know what? I'm really good with the idea of like vegging out and watching a dumb show.
Yeah, I mean, I try to, oh my God, we were in a book club, my husband and I and our friends, we were doing a book club for a while, so that's what like kept me reading, and it like got me out of my comfort zone to read genres I wouldn't have normally picked. But like lately, like, I mean, it's been kind of busy. They just had a baby, so I'm like, okay, they're on baby time. So, we've been doing more like TV lately. I'm just trying to think of like, okay, for example, like I I try to like engage in different things when I can. Like I like hate medical stuff, but I love The Pit. Like it's like
Okay.
I have been really enjoying The Pit. and I don't know if my mom's still in the chat or not, but she's like an actual nurse. So like when I told her I started watching the show, she's like, "How do you understand what they're talking about? They're talking in like medical codes." And I'm like, "I don't know, but I'm in for the ride. It's
Yeah.
fine."
Did you watch
Um,
the original ER that it's sort of
I didn't. I skipped over that. Like that like because I just never assumed like, oh, I'm never gonna be into this. So now because I'm enjoying the pit, I'm like, oh, maybe I should watch ER or Grey's Anatomy or House or any of those. I
yeah.
just never get a shot. I one of the things is like for a long time I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch any of those like super hyper girly pop shows from the 2000s or whatever because I thought I was like, oh, I'm too cool for that. And then like last year I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna put on Desperate Housewives. I've never seen it before and I loved it. It was just like
Is that what did you a girly pop?
I could think of I'm trying to think of like a good way to describe it, like something that I like me as like a kid. I was a tomboy, and so I didn't want to do anything like that I thought was like coded as girly.
Okay.
So I missed out on a lot of like stuff because of that.
Like
And now that I am an adult and I'm like, oh, that stinks that I missed out on a lot of stuff. Maybe I should just like open my mind up. And then I've just found some good stuff through that.
that's like the equivalent of my wife and I back in the day, we used to, and it's been a while since we watched it, but um, I was one who never got into like certain things like dance, and then we all of a sudden got into So You Think You Can
Yeah, exactly. It's like you'd be
Really love that stuff.
surprised.
Yeah, and so like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that wasn't a good twist, or that wasn't a good. I was about to pull a an ice dancing word there, but that wasn't a good, plie. That was
Ex- exactly. Oh my God.
or
Yeah, I'm gonna just surprise you right now. Like, I say that because I was like a tomboy, but like, I did not like sports growing up. And now as an adult, I'm like, oh, I guess I should give football a shot. And now I'm like, I now I really enjoy football. So it's like all of these things. I'm like, why did I like deprive myself of like all of these things I could have enjoyed because I was like trying to be like too cool, you know?
what's your team then?
Oh, the Jaguars.
Okay, are they good?
They were good this year.
Okay,
They're historically okay. They weren't good the past couple of years, but we got a new head coach and they made it to the playoffs and unfortunately the Bills beat them. So I was like bummed about that. But I have high hopes for them for next year. They're looking good.
I was gonna make some joke that like, oh, did they make it to the finals? And then I realized we didn't win in the Super Bowl anyways, so it's not like I can hold that over your head. Uh,
Ah! Do you follow any sports teams?
uh, Fair weather sport fan. They're doing good, great. I'll watch. Like this time, we watched the Patriots like last two games. Basically, we did not watch the entirety of the season except for those last two.
Oh yeah, because you're in the Northeast, aren't you?
Yeah, we're in Pat's territory. That's our
Oh
team.
my gosh. Oh, how's that?
So,
How was that experience?
you mean the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because
Well,
yeah, that was a pretty tough loss.
it's fine. We won. It's like there's only so many fingers you can have Super Bowl rings on that, like, eventually you got to just let
You
up.
kind of have to share a little bit.
Yeah.
Y'all had your time in the sun.
Yeah. No, I grew up in Minnesota again, and so like I was a Vikings fan when I was young, and they have not done well.
No, yeah, my condolences. They have not been doing well.
Yeah, and so like one of these years they're gonna do well, and I'm gonna be right there rooting for them. Like, yeah, I've always been a Vikings fan, but
Exactly. You're gonna bandwagon on. You'd be
yeah,
like, I was original. I was always a Vikings fan.
yes, this is my team from the beginning. But no, I'm not a big sports follower. Like I get it, I understand it. I know how the games are played, etc. But um, Sunday afternoon, I'd much rather be napping than watching sports.
That's, you know what's amazing? Like my dad's been doing that for years, putting on sports and then napping at the same time.
Yep.
I guess that's like a dad thing to do.
I mean, I don't even know if we have like we are such streamers now that I don't know if we even have a sports station to really watch stuff at this point. You know,
Oh yeah, that's kind of interesting. Like, yeah, like I'm trying to think of like it's not like what it was before where I mean like yeah, well, I mean they still have channels, I guess, like if you do like the live TV and stuff. But
yeah,
yeah, it's different though.
we were able to watch some, but it is not a it's not an easy come by to get access to every game or anything of the sort. But again, it's not in our repertoire to watch those on a regular basis in the first place. But you're also down in the southern states where like college football is a thing. Like,
And that's the thing. I really don't care about college football at all. And I know I know that's a big thing down here. It's just I think it's just maybe it's just because, you know, going to art school, it's like I have no allegiance to anything. I mean, I'll root for the colleges like football teams like from that for my sisters like because they both went to big football schools, but
yeah.
um yeah, like all I know is that I'm supposed to cheer for the Gators. That's all I know. And everyone down here doesn't like Georgia and Alabama. That's all I know.
Aren't you up by the Georgia line though?
I am,
Yeah.
yeah. So there are Georgia people, but there's definitely more Florida Gators, for sure.
Gotcha. The I was gonna say. So wait, SCAD didn't have a sports team at all?
Um, they had horses. I know that they have an equestrian thing, but I don't. Did they have sports? If they did, I was definitely under a rock because I didn't. I was only there for 2 years, so I.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's not like I did any of the extracurricular freshman activities or anything like that.
The equestrian thing is the weirdest thing in the world to me, and
Oh, I know.
I at one point I knew, and I don't remember what it is, like why that is part of SCAD. So for people that don't know that are listening, SCAD is the Savannah College of Art and Design, and it's all like, you know what, animation and gaming and illustration and things of the sort. And then it there is a what, an equestrian.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, there's an equestrian major.
Yeah. My wife just yelled down at me saying there's comments, and I just realized the feed that I'm watching on my iPad is completely still. So hopefully,
Oh no!
I think it's just the iPad is probably running out of juice. It may be at like 1%, and so it's not picking up the feed. But I will try to reset it. But that's why I have not or picked up people's comments this whole time. Let me try.
We were just so engrossed talking about so many other things that wasn't art.
So if people are watching and you're going, hey, I had a question and why are they not talking about it? Throw it back in the comments, and I probably try to answer accordingly, the best that we can, or we'll get involved in that manner going forward. So I don't know. It's funny because I don't think there's very few people that have come on here and we've talked sports for any moment of it, but there is a portion of the world that like sports that are artists. The school, do you know about RISD's sports team?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah. Am I allowed to say what their mascot is?
Yes, you can say what their mascot is.
Oh God, I thought this was a family program.
Any little kid that's listening, turn off your earbuds, close your ears, and go for it.
Isn't it like balls or something? Like,
That's
is that what it is?
team. That's the soccer team. It started with the hockey team being called the nads.
Oh, that's what it was.
The
Okay.
whole point was so that the whole crowd could cheer, "Go Nads, go Nads, go Nads," and it's just one dumb joke. And we did have a mascot that would run around at the games. It was primarily just the hockey games, and the mayor of the city would come in, who was later in prison for I don't even know what, but ended up in
Oh my
prison.
God.
It's a fun tale, but it's one of those ones where it's like it's art school sports. That was our one thing when everybody says like, oh, you probably didn't have sports. Oh, we did have a hockey team that was called the Nads.
Okay,
Um,
so you did go to RISD.
I did, yes.
Oh my gosh, how was that experience?
It was good. I mean, I teach at a little tiny art college in the same neck of the woods now, and I think had I thought differently at the time, like this probably is the same. Like you knew about SCAD,
Oh
but
yeah.
did you know about all the other colleges that are out there that, now that you know about, like after you've gotten out, you're going like, oh, I didn't even know that this was a option kind of thing.
Oh, my dream school was Ringling actually.
I was wondering about. When you said that you went to or you transferred. I was wondering if you transferred to Ring because
No, that was my dream school, and I applied, and they're like, "Oh, you're in. Here's $1,000," and I'm like, "No, sorry."
I went and looked at it and very quickly realized that, and this was, uh, this would have been like 94 that I was going to look somewhere in that range. And
hmm
I remember looking at it thinking, oh, this feels like a resort. It didn't
Oh
feel
my God,
like
yeah.
a time. It has since changed. It is a huge school now. But I remember there being a quad, and in the middle of the quad was beach volleyball. And I was like, oh, this isn't my vibe. Like,
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I'm not going to hang out playing beach volleyball with other people. But um, it was a lovely school, but it wasn't a right fit for me. But there's just so many other schools out there that and folks that teach at different locations and whatnot that RISD was fun. Um,
hmm
I think I probably would have had fun at any location. Would I give up RISD for anything? No, because that's where I met a ton of friends and like
Yeah, exactly. It's like the people you meet is truly, you can't beat that. I've
yeah.
made so many amazing friends from both schools, and I'm just so grateful that they are in my life and stuff like that. Like they're amazing people.
I imagine with the folks that like at SCAD or at what was it? Why am I drawing a
Oh,
blank? Ken
oh, the first school? Yeah, I went to Kendall.
Kendall.
So Kendall's interesting because mm, when I went there, it was owned by another local university. So it technically counted as a public school, not a private school, which was interesting. Um, but that was a really nice experience. I love Grand Rapids. It's such a cute town. Like it's just a good vibe. I love Michigan. It's a great state. And it was great for the first 2 years that I was there, but it was one of those like, oh, I'm like ready to kind of try a new place and like see like what resources they have at said other place.
Yeah.
So
Are you
like, oh, go ahead.
are you nomadic? Are you someone who likes to move periodically just for the sake of new location?
I was for a while, and then I realized like, oh, we've been in the same city for like 5 years now. So this is the longest we've stood still, which
Yeah.
is like exciting and also like, oh man, like I do catch myself daydreaming. Like the other day, I was thinking like, oh, I've never been to Montreal. Oh, what would it be like if I lived there? And
Yeah.
then I go on like apartments.com and I'm like, well, how much does it cost to live in Montreal? You know?
I mean, you do know that you can like go visit, right? Not have,
Exactly, exactly. I think it's the idea of like, oh, what's like daily life there like?
yeah.
But no, I do like traveling a lot. Like I said, it was like the first time I went to Philly ever, this year, and I really enjoyed Philly. It was a really cool city.
Philly's awesome. I love Philly. Like, did you go to the Reading terminal and
Yeah, it was awesome. Oh my
yep.
God, I had the best food there. I found the best cheesesteak. It was so good.
I remember there was some place there in there that does cinnamon rolls. And I'm a cinnamon roll fan. And so
Nice.
I remember they did the American Library Association um, had, I think it was a few years back, was in Philly. I remember going through the Reading terminal trying to find that place again and be like, I'm going to live here and only cinnamon rolls from this location for the time being. Is down where you are located, there's a weird tangent. Sorry. Is there a lot of oh, my wife just posted the name of the mascot for Rizzy, which I forgot about. The unofficial name is Scrody.
That's what it was. I knew it was something like that, but I didn't want to say that on the air.
You can. This is I don't post this for kids. Kids can watch it if they want. It's on.
Oh, okay.
Watch anything on YouTube, but it's primarily directed at people in the industry, and I
Perfect.
think for a lot of them have been to life drawing classes and things of the sort, and they know.
They know what that is. We're not children here. Yeah. We're adults.
Yeah, somewhat. I'm a little further away from adult than I am closer to it.
We can laugh at Scrody jokes.
Yes.
So.
What was I gonna say? Oh shoot, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Was it about Philly or was it about
Oh. It was art related. It was career related. Oh man, I just became an old man and lost it all.
That's okay. It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. So, anyways, it doesn't matter. Whatever it was going to be, it's not that important. So, you know, we're in this career that is kidlit heavy, and I'm wondering, sort of, art outside of that world. How often do you get to do art that is not for kids? Or art that is maybe not even for anybody in general?
Oh my gosh, it's been too long. I haven't really drawn anything for myself in quite some time. Like, this is why I was excited to do this, because I'm like, I'm gonna have time to just play around. I mean, I'll do stuff for my Patreon, where I'll do like little like digital like prints and stuff. Oh well, okay, I take this back. Actually, I mean, it's not for myself, but like I do gallery work a lot. And that's been like a nice change of pace outside of doing like picture book and graphic novel stuff.
Where's the gallery that you?
Oh yeah, I do a lot of stuff with Gallery Nucleus. They're they're wonderful. I love working with them.
You do is Portland too, or is it primarily Nucleus?
I do both. I've done more with the California one, but I've definitely started to do more with the Portland one. I have visited the California one. I've never been to the Portland one, but I would love to go visit.
That's there's different shows that I've been with both of them, and I feel like Portland's really good for like small works, and I feel like the California version, Gallery Nucleus, is more like what do I want to say? It can be a little bit more artsy than what I feel like Portland is in my mind, and I could be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, because you've done work for the Coaster Show, haven't you?
Yeah, the Salute.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's a great show.
Have you done that one? That one's a.
Yeah, I have. I've done it a couple of years now. It's always so fun.
I will say, and I don't know if you've had this issue, and I don't know if I should reach out to them about this, nor do I know if I really want to say this here, but I always find that the stock of the coasters that you have to paint on or to make on, I always fight against it way more than I want to.
Oh yeah, one year I like tried to I thought like, oh, because my friend who used to live down here but she moved, she did like art stuff. She's like, have you ever thought about gessoing it? I'm like, I don't think I've ever gessoed anything in my life. I'll give it a shot. And I did it, and like it just gave me like the worst texture ever. And I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta salvage this somehow. But there was one time too recently where I did it and I just put too much water on it and I started ripping it. And I'm like, oh no, this one's a goner.
There was a point where I had the coasters and it's just like I don't want to say it's like a bad fine, but it's more like what a coaster truly is. It's made out of the same stock, and so it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not intended to take all this paint and things of the sort. And I tore it by accident, similar to what you were talking about. And I was like, yeah, I do have the same thickness, and I wonder if I can cut my illustration board to match the exact same shape. and send it in, so they don't even notice that it's
Oh my gosh, if you do that, let me know if it works.
yeah.
Like,
I'm
it'd be
afraid.
cool to be able to. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep cutting
No,
you off.
no,
I'm so sorry.
go ahead, please.
Okay, no, I was gonna say like, it'd be cool to be able to like be able to, as long as you work within like the size parameters, like to be able to pick whatever type of like cardstock you want, because it's not like they're being used as actual coasters, right?
Yeah.
Like, exactly.
Not anything of the sort. So my thought was, if I can like mock it up, but I'm afraid they're gonna come back, or they're gonna see it and they're gonna go like, nope, that's you've cheated the system.
You've cheated.
No
You can't
longer
do
allowed.
that.
Yeah, but in reality, no one would probably care of any sort. But I remember feeling guilty, and then I ended up like, I can salvage this other one and make it work, and found a way to make that happen. But there was an attempt made to try
Hey,
to.
hey, you know what? Exactly. You put in the effort.
Yeah. Um, so tell me a little bit about sort of hopes and dreams. Like you said, you're a millennial, which means
Oh yeah.
you have some years left in you.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a joke saying, and all millennials have hopes and dreams. Like
No,
we were all in that millennial cool. What was it? The millennial pop music where it's the stomp clapping.
oh, like what's that? What's that? The Mumford and Sons.
Yeah, exactly. We're all on our. We've all got our flannels and our coffees and listening to Mumford and Sons.
No, I'm not
Um,
gonna make fun of you for that. That makes fun of you just on its own. I don't
exactly.
have
Hey, you know what? Like, um, we've all bought. I think every millennial has at least bought one avocado toast in their life. So
I've never had avocado toast.
it's very good, actually.
What
Like,
what's special about it? Like, I don't get it.
oh, it's nothing. I mean, I just like bread, and I just like stuff on bread. So,
Okay.
like, it's just like, imagine, I don't know, like put some, not just like avocado by itself, but if you do like a tomato and like a sunny side up egg on it, not too bad.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I like avocados, I like toast. I've had sandwiches with avocado on them, but I've never been like, you know what? This is its own thing that I need to cherish in some magical way, beyond just sort of it's a sandwich, or But I do like bread. I'll give you that. You win
Oh
that
yeah.
hands down. Um, is there?
You're like, I can't fight you on that. Bread is very
Yeah,
good.
no, bread wins that battle easily. There's no fight to be had there. It's same thing with cheese. If cheese was a millennial thing, I'm not going to fight you. I'm all for it. Um,
Well,
it,
now I need to know what your favorite cheese is.
hold on a second. Let me
Oh,
think.
did I just open something?
Well, I would say smoked Gouda, because smoked Gouda is generally always good. But I'm trying to think if there's like a cheese that is like better than smoked Gouda, or it has more like universal appeal to me.
Oh, like it has more like use. Like it can go with more things.
I know what my favorite cheese is, and this is probably going to sound a little weird. My favorite cheese is frozen mozzarella off of a pizza.
Interesting.
Like,
That is an interesting choice.
yeah, like when you get a frozen pizza, and you take it out of its wrapper and you put it on the pan or whatever, however you're cooking it, and the some of the cheese falls off, and it's frozen. That is my favorite cheese.
Hey, I don't blame you. That's not a bad pick, I would say.
And what's weirder about it in my mind is, I have never attempted, and I don't know if it's the same thing. If I were to go and take mozzarella cheese and freeze it, just like store-bought mozzarella cheese, or is it something that they put on or in or around? What do you want? I why can't frozen pizza cheese is somehow different than
Is it the coating?
well,
What keeps?
yeah, is it some cheap thing that like I really love the cheap factor of it, or is it actually like good regular cheese that just happens to be frozen and it creates that flavor?
I mean, okay, like when you have like a cheese stick or something, like do you prefer the mozzarella cheese stick cold or like do you wait till it heats up a little bit and then you like peel it?
Now we've gotten into like a real philosophical debate here all of a sudden.
I know, I did not think it was gonna go this direction. So
No, this is
indulge.
I like this topic. I like the fact that we're going deep on like, okay, if I were to have cheese, like a mozzarella cheese stick or like a string cheese. I'm assuming that's what you're kind of talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, I'm thinking like
Um,
yes, yeah.
yeah, like is colder better than sort of something that's sat out? I would say cold. Yes, I like the stiffness of the cheese when it's cold. Like if it
Yeah,
gets
I
sweaty,
think that's got to play a factor for you. Like it's
yeah.
something with like the coldness of the
Okay.
cheese. If I had to guess.
Now I'm going to turn the question around on you. You are in a cheese factory. It is burning down. You're only allowed to save one recipe for cheese, or one, cheese in general. What cheese are you saving?
Oh man, it's like on one hand I'm thinking like go with the practical cheese. Like what's the cheese I use the most often? And I'm like probably Parmesan. Like I use it a ton.
Okay.
Um so like and there's lots of versatility. You can snack with it. You can like you put on top of pasta there's so many versatility. Or do I go for something like, oh, what's like a nice cheese that you like to snack on? I'm like, I do like brie. Like brie's really good.
Well,
um
when you say snack on Parmesan or snack on Parmesan, are you talking shredded Parmesan or are you talking like a block of Parmesan?
oh, like taking imagine this, you're like cooking pasta, you're about to shred the cheese that goes on top, and like you cut yourself a little sliver off the block as like a little snack.
Okay. Okay. So it's not lots and lots uh of like shredded bits and whatnot. It is a continuous piece.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think like I don't really gravitate towards like eating shredded cheese like that. Like if I'm gonna shred cheese, I like want it on something like a salad or pasta or something like that.
Again, this is one of those things where someone's tuning in right now going, what are we talking about all of a sudden here?
Yeah, like what? Get back to the program,
Yeah,
people.
no, this is the program for the night. We honed in on what this show really is about. It's cheese and bread. Okay, bread. Let's go to bread because you said bread. You like bread. What's
Yes.
the bread of choice?
Oh, if I could like pick a bread and that would be the bread I would eat for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
focaccia.
Okay. Okay. Is
I
there
love it
specific?
because it's puffy. It's like you got the like super crispy crust from like the olive oil. You could put like a bunch of different stuff on it. It's too good. It's a superior bread. It's so good.
Do you have not your average Joe's pizza down there, or did you at any point?
It's not ringing a bell. I
Okay.
don't think so.
It was just a pizza place that they had up here at least, and their little like, I'll bring bread to the table. Their focaccia was the best focaccia that I've had, minus Whole Foods. Whole Foods makes a good focaccia.
Oh, they do? I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you go in their bakery section, it's thick though. Like this this is the dumbest conversation. I love it though. If you go and you buy their focaccia, and most focaccia you think of as like it's about 1.5 to 2 inches thick.
Yes.
At Whole Foods is like 4 to 5 inches thick.
Ooh.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Yeah,
Now we're speaking
if
my
you out to a
language.
Whole Foods quickly, if it wasn't late at night, then you'd be hopping in your car in a matter of minutes and running out to Whole Foods. The
I know. I know we're like getting a new Whole Foods near us. I think like the closest Whole Foods we have is like a 30-minute drive, which is kind of annoying, but
Yep.
it's fine. We'll go there for special occasions if need be.
We have one that's they're building real near us, like a few, like maybe a mile away from us, and it's very exciting. But I also know it's very dangerous because I was vegan straight edge when I was in school.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Yep. And it's there's certain foods that I liked from that era, like soy boy ravioli or seitan and stuff. But
Okay, to be fair, like I'm not vegetarian anymore. We tried to do vegetarian for a bit during the pandemic. But what was I gonna say? That we do a chili recipe. We do like a vegetarian chili recipe, and we do I don't know if it's seitan, but it's another type of like plant-based meat product like that, and it's so good. Like you crumple it up, and it's like perfect for chili.
oh, is it TVP?
No, what is it called? Oh my gosh, this is gonna kill me.
Uh,
Um,
uh, is it one of those like faux meat? Like
no, it's not faux meat. It's oh my gosh, it's gonna bother me. It'll come to me, but it's
okay,
like I want to say it's like it'll come to me because
tempeh.
you watch. I'm gonna look at my grocery list. I'm gonna be like, oh, why couldn't I get that?
Yeah, no, seitan. If seitan is amazing for, there's people who say like that they don't like tofu, they don't like all these things, but seitan's pretty darn good. It's all in how you cook it.
Oh, for sure. And I think tofu, I like tofu a lot too. Like, I think it really depends on like you got to cook it in the right sauces.
Hmm.
Like, you got to like I used to like cut it up and like I would do it with like some soy sauce and some cornstarch and like bake it, and that was great to do it that way. Like, there's a lot of creativity.
Double fry it when you go
Ooh.
a when you go to a Chinese restaurant or things like that. One of the things that makes it so good is that they put it in the fryer, get it fried so it's all prepped already, let it cool down, and then they fry it again one more time, and it crisps up the outside so the inside gets soft again, but the outside gets hard. Oh,
That sounds so good.
now we're talking. Okay,
Now we're talking. This has just become a food channel.
okay. So I'm gonna one last food question. There, you are on a desert island. You're only allowed one food for the rest of the time that you're there.
Oh no.
What are we picking?
Oh no.
What's the food choice?
Do I pick something from the homeland? Do I pick?
What's that mean? Like a tater tot casserole?
Oh my God, no, I'm thinking like, do I pick a deep dish or do I pick like an
Oh,
Italian beef?
okay, okay.
Or do I pick I mean, sandwiches are like probably the best thing that has ever been invented. Like, if I pick a sandwich, can it's only like one type of sandwich, or can it be like, oh, it could like sandwich can mean anything. Like it could be different types of sandwiches.
I think it's got to be one type of sandwich. I don't think it'll be like, oh, I want a charcuterie board, and then it's you always get to have the all a variety of different things. I think you got to limit it in some capacity.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think the safe bet would be like if I want to get like all the good stuff on a sandwich, I'd probably pick like, your typical like Italian hoagie. I think like it's maybe a boring answer, but like it I mean, I think it's like you get your protein, you get your cheese, you get your all the vegetables that you want, and of course bread. Look, I got all these shavings on my fingers. Ugh. So I'd probably just do that. I think I'm gonna pick the sandwich, the humble Italian sandwich.
Or like the equivalent. It's almost like a dogwood sandwich, which is those like big tall ones. It's one sandwich, but it has a whole refrigerator of things in it. So you
Oh
get
my God, yeah. I just want
get
like a bunch of stuff in it because it gives variety. Because like, what if it like you're like, oh, I'm not feeling cheese today. You can just take off the cheese off the
yeah.
sandwich, I guess. What would you pick?
I'm going probably a burrito or tacos.
Oh, good choice.
I
Ooh.
It's nonstop from now till the end of time, and probably never get bored of them of any sort. There was a week when I was like uh, younger, quite a bit younger, where I had Tex-Mex, and I say Tex-Mex because it's just like taco burritos and stuff. It was a pretty American version of it.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
uh, every meal of the day for a week. Whereas
Oh my God.
like some Mexican flavorings in some eggs or the sort, and then a burrito or tacos. Just I can just go to town, or as the kids say, I can go hog on that.
Oh
Uh,
my God. Wait. Oh yeah, because you have kids, so they say things like that. That's
uh,
awesome.
not my kid, but the college kids say it.
They go, oh my God, that's so funny.
There was a kid that said that, a student today. I shouldn't say a kid, a student. They're all in their like late teens, early 20s, but one
Right.
go hog on something, which I've heard before, but it did catch me off guard, that they said that. They have a lot of memes that I don't understand, or a lot of things that they giggle about, and I don't quite get.
Oh,
On
me either. Yeah, I can't relate. I've realized I'm past my prime, and that's okay.
a, as long as you are enjoying your old age, and you're enjoying the creaks and the cracks and the pains in the backs.
Oh my God, I know. Well, yeah, like I thought I was like invincible with work for so long. I'm like, people are getting injured while they work. That's crazy. And then I'm working on the graphic novel, and then I don't know, like just the ergonomics I screwed up on at my desk or something, and then just like one day I had the worst shoulder pain
Oh,
ever. And thankfully, like my editor, she was so wonderful, and she's like, "Hey, take the time that you need." She even recommended me like an illustrator's guide to like stretches and stuff to do.
that's.
And
Do you
it
know about the Graphic Artists Guild's book? Do you know that book?
yes, I
Like,
do.
they actually started adding in the last two editions a health and wellness section.
That's
Because
wonderful.
yeah,
Like
'cause
I still have my old one from college, so it's like 2015. So it's a little too old. I don't know why I still
wait,
have it.
what's on
But
the cover? What's on? Is that the one with like it looks like a archery target on the cover?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one.
Yeah, that's the one that I have.
That's
Um,
I've been teaching a class where we use that for years, and so I have every edition going back to like 2012, which is only like 4 or 5 editions, something like that. Um,
but
but
still,
I know I know them all by the cover.
I was gonna ask actually, like as somebody who actually like gets the like more recent copies and stuff like that, do you feel like you've like seen them still be like practical? Like I always referred back to it like for like pricing and stuff like that. For like things that I just had no clue how to price or anything like that. But I just wonder I wonder like have they been good about like adjusting like appropriate pricing for that kind of stuff? I like what it sounds like it's been good that it's added things like the
Yes,
health and wellness. That's great.
the it is the intention of it coming out. It comes out like every 4 to 5 years now. It used to be every couple of years. Now it's slowed down. But the idea of that is, and this is for anybody that's looking at like getting into like this is the teaching lesson of the night. But for anybody that's looking into getting into illustration or do any sort of like graphic art career, includes like graphic design or animation or things of the sort. That book in particular, it gets updated periodically, and what they do is the folks that are part of the guild or have some relationship to it will send in sort of how they're doing career wise, what they're getting for their jobs, how much money they make per job, that kind of thing. And so it comes back, and they're able to update the prices so it's more realistic to what people are getting in the industry today. Um,
Oh, that's
so,
wonderful. I
yeah.
might need to get that for myself.
Here's the thing, though, is I think you've been doing this for how long now?
Oh my God, over 10 years now. Yeah.
I don't think you probably need it. And I don't.
That's fair. I guess it's more for like, okay, for example, like if somebody approached me and they were like, we want you to do licensing work or something like that. Like we want you to
Yeah.
do like I'm so not familiar with the licensing world. I've been at it like I've never done anything like that. It'd be a really cool opportunity. Like, okay, one of the things I would love to do, would be like, maybe I'm just thinking this because so many amazing artists just like collaborated with them. Like, I don't play Magic the Gathering, but like all
Mm.
of those Kidlit artists that just did Magic the Gathering card art, I'm like, oh my God, that'd be like such a cool job. Or like to like do something for a board game or something like that. But I have no idea like what would be an appropriate price.
Do you know anybody that works in that industry at all?
No, not that gosh, I don't think so. Like, all of my illustration friends either are in publishing, or advertising. I've got a friend who does product design, but he works for a company.
Okay.
Um, but,
The,
yeah.
the reason I ask is like they might having someone that's on the inside might give you a little bit more information. Like do you know who Adam Rex is?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like he's done stuff for all those companies, or even was it Felicia Sala?
Oh, yeah, she's great too.
She just posted that she did some for some. I don't know if it was Magic the Gathering or if it was some offshoot of it or something.
I think she did. I think she did do some Magic the Gathering cards, and they were beautiful.
Yeah, and it was like a little bit of a different style than what you think of as like the common Magic the Gathering, but still like totally her, totally them, a great mixture. And I was just gonna say, I have a feeling that if you were to reach out to someone in the industry, if you ever got approached for something like that, you could probably just reach out and go, "Hey, what do I need to know?" Versus having to buy a whole book to try to cover yourself for such a small portion.
There you go. That's a great lesson, everybody.
Yeah, like it's a good book. I just think it's a good book if you're starting out and trying to figure out what it all means. But like at this point, you have a sense of the value of how much you charge for your work in general.
That's fair. That's a good point.
And
Like
so,
I have a basis
like
that I've worked off of.
yeah, if you're still at a point where you're going, should I charge $20 or $2,000? Well, then yeah, you probably need that book. But I'm guessing you are past that point.
I like to hopefully think I am. I think
Yeah.
so. I feel like I've been in the industry long enough where I've learned enough.
Like it's the equivalent. If someone asked me about those like prices and that, and wanted to know, I might have to look up some of those things like licensing, just because it's not the world I live in.
Exactly, yeah.
I can tell you whether they're charging too little.
That's
Like,
a good point. Yeah, like I like to think that I know enough where I'm like, ooh, yeah, I think this is not a good price to charge. I think
Yeah.
that would be way too low. Like the other thing that was interesting recently was like so like just like we just had like a thing where a bunch of people who came and painted murals in a local neighborhood. And I'm like, oh my God, like how much would it be to like do a mural? And I'm like, I have no idea.
I'm trying. Yeah, that one's a different, because that depends on like, especially in that situation, it's probably like public funding or a nonprofit, or it's people who they can't pay in the same way that a large conglomerate like Wizards of the Coast could.
Oh yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see. Like they're probably, I don't know if that book would say anything like that for those folks. Anyways, I don't think it does have that kind of like public art aspect. But
yeah, it's kind of like in a weird zone where like it could go either illustration or I guess in the fine art realm as well. It's like it could go either way, it feels.
I mean, I think the bigger question, or the question to ask in a situation like that, is what is your network like down there, and do you have the resources or the network that could, if you reach out and say, hey, how much would you charge for this scale of a mural, or what's involved? Do you have an art scene that's down there?
I'm slowly learning about it. So it's got like a decent size like like a graphic artist, like graphic designers. Like I think that's like a big thing down here. but I have actually met some really cool kidlit folks down here. So like there is a small community. It's not like New York or LA or Seattle or anything like that, but creative people are absolutely down here. So which is great.
The I mean, what? Not necessarily that I need to know what town you're in, but what's the next big city here?
Oh, it's just Jacksonville.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, yeah, like what's the main hub in that area? And I don't know. I mean, I know Miami has a big art scene, et cetera. I just don't know what Jacksonville is like in particular.
Yeah, so Jacksonville, and in terms of like, yeah, I guess like it's a huge city, but like Florida's so strange because there's so many different, every city you go to is so different. So like Orlando's only 2 hours away, and I think I would imagine they've got a pretty big art scene. But like again, I'm like, oh, it's a 2 hour drive. Oh, I'm not feeling it. But I do like Miami. Miami's a really fun city, and I would like to explore more of like the next time I get a chance to go down there. Like it'd be cool to see more art stuff for sure.
Good. What is it? Art Basel in Miami or whatever that one is down there.
That sounds familiar. If is it like a really pretty architectural building?
No, that's the big like artist event that's down there where they have all the big fine artists come in and.
Oh, you know what? I have heard of this. I've just never been down there when it happens.
That's where the banana stuck on the wall was sold.
Wait, are you serious? That's where that was?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had no idea. That's so funny.
In your neck of the woods, someone in your neck of the woods put a banana on the wall and charged $1 million something dollars. And someone came in and bought it and ate the banana.
Hey, you know what? They figured it out because they have $1 million more than I do. So,
yeah. Speaking of that, what's your favorite fruit?
Ooh,
To live off for your life.
Oh my God. No, this is a good question. I would say lately I've been eating an apple a day. So like I would say apples, but when it starts getting warm out, my favorite thing to do is just get grapes and like freeze them. And then when you go outside to hang out or something like that, it's just like a nice frozen snack. It's so good.
That's it sounds a lot like that fancy cheese. Oh,
Oh yeah, do you prefer your grapes room temperature or frozen?
I prefer my grapes. I don't know if I've ever had frozen grape. Now that I think about it,
Oh my gosh, it's perfect on a hot summer day. You got to try it.
Okay, I got a question for you then related to grapes in just 1 second. But I've never been a big grape fan in general. Like it's not my go-to. I'm a banana guy for the most part. But I want to ask this question about grapes real quick, which is, you like grapes? Do you like raisins?
I do. I don't snack on them a lot, but like I'm not a raisin hater. Like if raisins are presented to me, I'll eat them.
Okay, that's one of those ones where like I can eat a grape. Don't you dare put a raisin in anything of mine.
Why do you think that is? Is it like a texture thing or
The
like
flavor. It's totally a flavor thing. I don't get it. I don't understand.
interesting?
That is so jarringly different, but ugh, it's the worst.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about like canned fruits. Like I don't like oh, I hate applesauce. Like
What?
yeah, I don't like it. It's too mushy. It's just I'd rather just eat an apple.
I mean, I can understand that side of it, like rather just eat an apple, but like, what about, did you put, this really is this weird conversation for the cinnamon in your applesauce though?
Hmm. No, I didn't even think to do that as a kid. And
Okay.
it's not like it's not like I have any like, ooh, I'm gonna pick up applesauce at the grocery store. I never thought to do that. But maybe
No,
I'll give that a shot actually.
it's the only way to go with applesauce. You don't have
Oh,
apple.
okay. So like it's not normal to just eat it plain or
No, you can, but like, do you like apple pie?
I love apple pie.
Okay, now we're talking. Uh, is it a texture thing? Because I get if it's a texture thing, like, no, you don't, if you don't want to have that mushy apple texture kind of thing. I get it.
I think it's the texture because like with apple pie, yeah, it's like mushier, but like you're still getting whole apple pieces in it, you know?
Okay. Okay. I get it. I get it. I mean, you're definitely wrong for not liking applesauce, but um, is there? Okay, so now I'm gonna ask a transitional question. Is there a food that you absolutely hate? And then I'm gonna transition to art.
Okay. I don't like green olives.
Okay, but you like black olives?
I don't mind black olives on a pizza.
Okay.
I think that's pretty good. Or like I've had them on a sandwich before and it's not bad. But just it's so funny because like I like salty foods a lot too. So you think I would like olives. But no, I've just never been a fan. It's something about them. I can't explain. Well, no,
I
you have to give your absolute least favorite before we move on.
what is my least favorite? I mean, olives are I don't like olives. Um, oh, I don't like dill.
Oh, get out of here. You're
Dill is
like the herb dill?
no, no, pass.
Are
100%
you kidding me? Herb is like the best, or dill is the best herb ever. Oh
basil.
my gosh, you just hurt my feelings.
Basil's the best herb ever.
And basil's good, but dill is better. Oh
Okay,
my gosh, you're hurting my heart.
yeah, this is where you hang up very quickly at the end. So let
Yeah,
me
I gotta hang up right now. Bye. It was nice talking to you.
here's the transitional question then. Um, no, my comments don't seem to be working all that much, Lauren.
Oh no, have people been saying things?
Well, oh, she's saying stuff. She says Mark's exclamation of shock at the applesauce comment, and she said I could go for some applesauce now. Oh, and then my wife says she does hate rosemary, which I love rosemary.
I also love rosemary.
It makes a good focaccia.
It
Uh,
does. Oh my God, it's so good on focaccia. And like Thanksgiving, like food is like some of my favorite. And like just rosemary on like turkey or just anything. It's just so good.
okay, so here's a transitional question. We go from a food that you hate to a thing that you hate to draw.
Oh, a thing that I hate to draw. Oh my gosh. I have to think about that. If my husband's watching, he's probably laughing. He's like, when was the last time you drew like a grown man? I'm like, oh, it's probably been a hot minute.
Yeah.
um, I mean,
I can't draw.
bicycles. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can't draw little girls easily.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. It's just something like, yeah. So you understand. It's like there's some sort of slight disconnect. Like
I,
whenever I draw men, they always like I tried to draw like very like if I but it always ends up looking too like cartoony and jokey. I haven't found like a good balance of like, oh, how do I make it look like it fits in my style um without it like looking too ridiculous or like you know what I mean?
I think I boil it down to the idea that, and this could be completely false and the wrong way to go, but I have looked in the mirror at a male face for the majority of my life.
Good
And
point.
I gravitated towards comics and, like superheroes and stuff when I was young. And so it was very easy to, there was a certain jawline or there was a certain shape that made more sense. And so then all of a sudden I have to draw this something that's sort of feminine or something that has, the features are slightly in different spots and I don't gravitate towards putting them in those spots.
That's it actually
So,
it's just what we're conditioned that we see more often.
yeah. And so I think that's part of it is literally like looking at yourself in the mirror and studying your own face when you're a kid or what have you. That sort of shows up in that. So I totally understand the idea of like, I don't draw girl faces easily. I do, but it takes a lot of effort. And I think it's purely just because I have not been inundated with them throughout my career in the arts.
Yes, I think that's a good way to put it. And like what you mentioning about like the superhero comics and stuff, like I didn't partake in superhero comics growing up or anything like that. So like that was probably a whole other like avenue that just wasn't opened up to me for like style influences and stuff like that.
Yeah. Um, Let me see if my. Oh yeah. Okay. Are there things that you absolutely love to draw?
Ooh, I would say adorable girls.
Uh,
No, I would say I just like drawing like I mean like stuff like just funky like cute little like characters like what I'm doing right now like almost like stuff that's like maybe has like a little bit of like that cute chibi anime influence kind of like critters and stuff like that, but I also like drawing clouds like I'm trying to think like wow, I'm being very stereotypical. Clouds, flowers. Oh, I like lately I really like painting and drawing birds. And it's funny because I wasn't really into birds that much as a kid or anything like that, but I think as I've gotten older, I'm like, wow, birds are just really cool looking animals.
what is it? The like the feather aspect? Like I'm bad at drawing birds, partially because I don't understand birds as a shape.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're kind of a weird shape. That's for sure. I think once I had to look at like so many pictures of like anatomy of birds, like how their wings worked and stuff like that. And then I think like once I kind of figured out like how their wingspan works, something was like, oh, it's like um you like try out a hobby, but you're like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this hobby because you're like you haven't figured out like how to be good at it yet.
Yeah.
And then you're like when you finally understand something, it's like, oh, I like this now. Um, like I started sorry, I keep distracting and going other ways. I started to learn how to knit recently,
Okay.
and that's been a pain in the butt because like I can't think like that or anything like that. But once I figured out how to do a knit and a purl, I'm like, oh baby, we're going to town now. I figured it out.
Because it's just those like two main. What? They're not stitches. What are they? They're
Yeah, I mean I would call them stitches. Yeah, I like a knit is like you're knitting from the back and a purl is you knit from the front. And you just kind of do like interchangings of that. At least I'm like in baby level mode with that right now, so I'm still learning.
that's I've never been a like I know how to sew. I know how to do a few odds and ends, but I've never been a uh, good at that, like cross stitch, knitting, crocheting, etc. But I know so many people that like they can just do any of that in a matter of minutes. The hat I'm wearing tonight was made by a fellow teacher at my school who I asked her how long would it take you to make a hat, and she said 15 minutes. And I'm like,
Stop, that's so
what?
fast.
Yeah, but she went to like grad school and knit and sewed and crocheted, and that is her like, that was her thing. And
That's her
so
bread and butter.
yeah,
Like
she knows.
I knitted hats for my family for Christmas, and I got faster, but like the first couple ones, it took me quite some time. Like I want to say it took me like maybe like if I really sat down and I worked on it like while I had time, it'd be like 3 days.
And would it look okay?
They turned out okay. I think I could do better now.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that my family was very cool about like, oh, you made something. Like that's awesome. So it was a good excuse to try something new.
They did that pity thing. We're like, oh,
No, they were very nice about it. I don't know if they're wearing the hats, but they at least I know they appreciate like the effort that went in and stuff like that. So
Oddly, there's some hats that look very similar at the Salvation Army right now.
no, no. Hey, you know what? I wouldn't be offended. It's like learning a new skill. It's like, well, I gotta keep practicing, so I might as well just like make gifts for folks. And if they don't wear them, they don't wear them. That's okay.
How does family feel about your career?
Oh, they're so supportive. Like my parents love to hop in and like check in on what I'm doing on things and stuff. Um, I always need to like double check to make sure like the painting like position of the camera is okay. But none of them do art stuff. So so it's like kind of like a fun little thing of like, oh, like even though I don't share that hobby with them or anything like that, they're still extremely supportive of me and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they when you decided to go to art school, was there a battle of any sort?
No, I think it was more like they've talked to me about this where it was like if you asked them in like middle school, high school, like age range for me, they would have been like, I guess we'll see. And then I guess like with me working on that senior project that I did, I think that was just like enough that was like, okay, like you should apply and stuff like that. Like we'll support you. Like nobody knows what their career is going to end up looking like or anything like that. But I'm just glad that they saw how passionate I was about it. It was my life, and it still is. But I like to think I have a better work-life balance now. But like, yeah, back in high school, like doing art, like that was like the thing I always wanted to do 24/7. So
yeah, that was like the fact that I would go home and do it as a personal practice and not homework. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It's funny to me to think that at one point I was given homework to do art. And even in college, like, now I'm like, oh, I want to go draw, or I want to paint, or I want to make something. Now, obviously, like when you're in school, you have assignments, but still that idea of like that someone had to request that I would draw, or that I needed to draw in order to get a funny concept to me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a good high school art teacher?
Oh my God, yes. I was very fortunate where my high school had a really good like art department. Yeah, I just had a lot of really great supportive art teachers and stuff like that. Like, I mean, clearly like the stuff that I like was drawing was not like familiar in their wheelhouse or whatever. I was like drawing funny animals and like anime stuff, but they were still supportive regardless because they're like, oh my God, you know how to use Photoshop? All right, you do your thing. So
I like the idea. When I was to give you a date on me, when I was in high school, we had the choice of using Photoshop or buying some illustration board for the department, and they ended up choosing illustration board because Photoshop 1, which I believe it was at the time, may have been Photoshop 2 by that year, was so expensive and cost prohibitive.
Oh my God, yeah.
That they couldn't even, they got one license and it had to last a certain amount of years for all of that. And it's just funny to like think that was a decision that had to be made today.
It is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy how expensive that it. Like I got very lucky where I don't know why the timing worked out so well, but like when I went to college, I feel like I was like one of the last like probably graduating classes who got to have this. It's like to prepare to go into college, I had to get the whole like CS6 like studio thing. And I got the actual physical CDs and I still have them. And when I transitioned over to I have like my own like PC now. But obviously like the discs that I have were for like Mac because they required you to have a MacBook at the time. And I just called Adobe and I'm like, look, I have, here's the license key. Like, I would like to use CS6 on my Windows computer, and they were cool with it. So I got the license key for that. So I still use CS6, which is great.
Wait, to this day you use CS6?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Well, first, wait a second. I was thinking Photoshop or Adobe, like Photoshop 6, which is very different. As I forgot, eventually they switched to the Creative Cloud, and then they got rid of the numbers.
Yeah, so I have the one, it's the Creative Suite, literally right before they switched to the cloud.
Okay. Because there was quite a few years back in the day where people relied on Photoshop 7, that it was somehow a very good version, and a lot of people wouldn't upgrade at that point. But that was pre Creative Cloud, or not Creative, but Creative Suite. That was
Yeah, I'm trying to think what year that would have been.
What, the Creative, the one that you're talking about?
No, like the 7. I don't know when that came out.
That probably would have been in I'm gonna guess 90s, early 2000s.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, because so I didn't realize they switched to the Creative Suite in the 2000s then.
They switched to the Creative Suite somewhere around, I'm gonna guess 2000 and maybe 2008, somewhere in there.
Okay, because I remember using the Photoshop where I don't remember what number it was, but it had like the green and blue feather.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Oh my God, yeah, that must have been like 2006, if I had to guess. And then I had like Corel Painter for a little bit.
Ooh.
But I haven't touched it since. Like, it'd be fun to go back and see what it's like now.
Oh, it's pretty good. The new version's pretty good. The one that everybody Clip Studio Paint.
Oh yeah, I did a trial of that one. I really should get it because I hear it's really good for like people who do comics and stuff.
Yeah, there's apparently some panel. I have not used it really myself, but apparently there's some really good panel options to have it automatically help populate some of that for you.
That's so interesting. Yeah.
I am lucky enough that in the educational world that I live in, I get the Adobe Suite free, so it makes it easy that I don't pay attention to a lot of other options just because I have no need to jump to Clip Studio Paint because Adobe side of things. But
no, that totally makes sense. Yeah.
But I do know that there's a lot of students that really rely at some of those other programs just because they're cheaper on the budget. Let's put it that way.
No, exactly. It's like I totally get why people use like Procreate and stuff like that. Heck, if you have an iPad and it's $10, well, of course you gotta do it.
Wait, what do you use for your digital stuff then?
I use CS6. I still use Photoshop.
Okay, so that's not unheard of. It's I mean, you're old if that's.
I'm old. Yes.
Is sort of a marker of what era you grew up in, because now the kids nowadays, and I say kids the college age kids, so many of them don't even touch Photoshop of any sort. It's some evil thing, and I understand that it costs money, but so many of them avoid it just because of that the subscription side of things.
Oh yeah, and that's why hey, I get it because it's that's why I fought. I don't want to say fought. I talked to them very politely on the phone of can I just please use my CS6 copy? And they're like, yes. So I just never needed to, I can see a situation where oh, if all of a sudden Windows doesn't support it anymore, in terms of I can't physically use it anymore,
yeah,
then I'm going to be in some trouble. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess.
I'm honestly surprised that they would say yes, not because of that it's not feasible or anything of the sort, but just purely a corporation want money.
No, exactly. No, trust me, I was surprised too. But you know what? They got to have good customer service, I guess. So
Yeah.
I think it's just like I'm like, hey, look, I still have the serial key, and like those packages were so expensive back in the day too. So
that's there was back in the day too. There was the trading, like I'll give you this, and then you hunt down that key online somewhere.
Yes.
And like those got passed around for a while, and at a certain point, I remember I know when I was in college, I probably used that. I'm gonna get a free version of whatever it is, or I'm gonna hack the system. But in the career, it became, oh, you can't do that as a job. It's a professional aspect that showed up at one point and made me have a conscience for all of that.
Right.
What with the can you tell me? I know this is a total offshoot, but we haven't talked about it yet. Can you tell me about Agent?
Oh yeah. So my agent is Natasha Morris at Tobias Literary.
Okay.
And she is lovely. I think she like popped in for a second at the beginning.
I thought I saw the name show up there.
Yeah, so we've been working together since I want to say 2021. I think so. Yeah, she is my I was at a different agency before, and then I moved. So I was at a literary no, excuse me. I was at a illustration agency before, and then I switched to a literary.
What was the, or do you mind saying what the illustration agency was?
Oh yeah, no, I can. Yeah, it was Bright.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started with them. Actually, like back when I was in college. Surprisingly, I'm even surprised that they like were cool to sign me on. So I started working with Bright when I was like I want to say like a junior in college, I think.
Okay.
And then I was with them for quite some time. I think probably like, oh my gosh, it must have been like 5, 6 years. And and I'm super grateful for like the opportunities that they have helped me in like with growing my career and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't have gotten so many projects like just with that. I just knew I was like ready to spread my wings, and I wanted to write more stuff, and it felt like Natasha was like a really good fit for like we're both kind of very similar with like we want to do like really and like fun fantasy kind of stuff, but also like having like really strong emotional beats and things like that. So we have been a good team.
I know that Bright, like just from the experience that I've seen from a lot of people, it's a great starter for a lot of folks. And I don't mean it in like that. There's plenty of people that stay there and are absolutely fine, but I know a lot of people start out there and then shift at some point because they want something that's maybe a little bit more hyper specific to what they need, like a literary agent versus a art agent.
Correct. Yes.
The just the idea of like contact with people because it's in the UK. Well, did you have the UK or were you the US?
So I guess I had like different agents, like depending on like the project. So I guess I would like have like a UK agent if it was like a UK project, but like I started getting more like US projects more, and so I would have more like US agents that I would work with and stuff. So it was just kind of like it just really depended.
I just noticed that on the feed here that someone's mother, who shall remain nameless, just popped in and said, "So proud of Zoe.
Oh my God!
Always knew she was going into art." You're getting the cheering section.
They're so sweet. I do appreciate them always popping in. Yes, that she loves to do that.
Is there a moment that you want them to pop out though?
Oh, I don't care. I mean, whatever. Like, I haven't even checked what time it is. So I like, it's if they need to go to bed, they can go to bed.
But actually that leads to a good question. What is your schedule like for making art? Are you someone that has a distinct like 9 to 5? Are you a late night?
Ooh, I wish I was good about being 9 to 5. I'm more flexible than I'd like to admit that I am. So it really, I I guess it just depends. Like, it just depends how busy like the project schedule is. So like right now, it's like a lot busier because I'm like hand painting a bunch of pages right now. So it's like, okay, I'm like trying to get at least one or two, like one or at least half of like a spread done, and then I'll finish it the next day. So I just try to time it with like how if I can finish like a spread, like that I'll be done for the day.
Yeah.
Um, so I like my coffee time in the morning, and then I go walk the dog, and then I'll like get started, and I'll go from like I don't. I think lately it's been more like 11 to 6, I would say lately.
Okay. But
But
you're not.
even then, that's even like it's so flexible.
Yeah, you're not working like crazy late nights though, unless.
No, I've never been. I am, oh my God, like I don't know what you would call this, but like I just become like a sleepy grandma like past 9 p.m. and I'm like I'm ready to go to bed and like get in my jammies.
How,
Um,
how are you holding up right now then? Because it's
oh, I haven't even I've
close.
totally lost track of time. What time is it even?
It is 10:45 East Coast. So
Oh, okay. I'm actually doing okay. I think because we're doing an activity, it makes it
okay.
more exciting. I'll probably call it maybe like I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, how are you feeling?
Oh, I go until midnight.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm a
Um,
I'm a night owl. Like I generally don't go to bed until about 12 or 1, sometimes 2.
oh
So
my gosh. That's
I this is early.
oh my gosh, really? How does that work regarding like 'cause you like also teach and stuff like that? Like
Um, that's a good question. It's called I'm very sleepy. Um, sometimes I drive to work and close one eye while the other one is open. Um, no, my schedule is not. I don't have to go every day, so I have days that I try to catch up and things of the sort. Um, but it is. I have learned to survive on less, basically. Uh,
okay.
and to be honest, one of the things that made that happen is having a kid. And
I knew you were gonna say that. Like
it's
I have like one of my cousins and like one of my friends and like another friend of mine are like having babies and I'm like Godspeed. I hope y'all are doing okay.
mhm.
Like it's a a blessing and also like oh man, I just love sleep so much.
Yeah, no, I love sleep, but it's at a certain point like the way that I describe this is um it's it's the dirty hand syndrome basically. This is gonna sound weird. Like before I had a kid, I was very like I didn't want to touch dirty things. I didn't want to, like I needed my sleep. I needed all these things to survive. And then when I finally had a kid, there was a certain point there wherein um, the dirty hand syndrome, like, oh, you just have to clean a lot of diapers, and sometimes you get some poop on your hands, and it's not yours, someone else's, and you just kind of go, you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is. Hey,
And,
there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, you
Like,
learn to deal with it. Or the one that I always think of is like something falls down in the garbage disposal.
oh no.
I'll reach down in there and get it, but before I had a kid, I'd be like, no way, it's gone. We got to buy a new sink. It's lost to time and space, whatever fell down there. Uh,
Ooh, here's an interesting question to go off of that. Do you feel like after having a kid, like, do you feel like you're, if, and I'm not like, if you happen to have like anxiety or anything like that, like, do you feel like your anxiety kind of shifted in a different way? Like you had different priorities, like mentally, where like you wouldn't have the same kind of anxious feelings and it would just like, I don't know how to explain it.
I mean, I do. This is wow. We're getting into therapy now. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm an anxious person in general. I overthink things, or I have anxiety issues and things like a lot of artists do. Um,
Yes.
they manifest themselves in a different way now than what they used to. So
Okay, that's so interesting. I've heard that before, where it's like when you have a kid, like you're just like, I don't know if it's like actually like a biological thing that happens, or it's just like you're just adapting to the situation, but like it just complete like your anxiety like changes, like how it works, or like it calms down more or something like that.
it could be just age too. Like the equivalent of when I'm in public speaking environments or whatever. Like I used to be that kid in class who would never raise his hand, who would, was too shy to say anything, etc. And now that's not an issue of any sort for me. Um, but uh, my anxiety is around like a safety net now, or it's around like the things I get anxious about are water and electricity.
Oh yeah.
So
I
like,
I don't even have a kid and I also feel those things.
yeah, like oh, I have a house, so if something happens, generally it's one of those two things I can't control. Um, but there is, and it sounds so dumb. Do you think you'll have kids at any point?
Oh my God, that's so fun. I feel like lately
Oh,
everyone's just asking that. No, it is all good. I mean, nothing is off the table. I think I've asked like I think like when you hit I'm like 32. So it's kind of
yeah.
like you kind of
Well,
have to ask yourself these questions.
yes, you're unfortunately in the world of child rearing, you are getting close to that age where people start to say you are. I forget what it's.
Geriatric.
Yeah, well, no, there's like when you hit like 35 or something like that, they put this label on it of like, oh, you're too old. Like this, you're an old person, and we have to do all these tests that are related to being old in order for you to be safe having a kid. It's so many dumb things. Um,
Oh yeah.
what I will say is there's this truth to this matter of when you have a kid, your priorities shift dramatically, and like the equivalent of uh, um, that instant love, that instant like I would do anything for this person, is so weird that it literally is a switch that happens.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And now I will say when we had our kid, this is like I don't know why I'm going into this subject. It did take a while for him to be real to me.
No,
Um,
that makes sense. It's kind of like what is it? It's like I mean, you can't have a conversation with them until like they're older, right?
yeah, but what it was that I realized later on it was I had because I didn't have the child in me at any point. It was my wife that carried him.
Mm.
Except until he was an idea of a person, and then when he was born, it's like, oh, this is real. And so it took a few days for that to set in, and all of a sudden I'm going like, oh, that's what was at one point this thing that was in my head of a person is now physical. And so it took some time to get through some of that or process that in some way. Um,
Oh, for sure.
but the cool thing, and I will say this as a kidlit person, I ask a lot of people that have kids on, or I ask a lot of people that are on that have kids about how does it change your career? Like, do you think,
Oh yeah, that I'm definitely interested in hearing from like people like how do you adapt? Like
yeah,
um
does the perception of what a kid wants change because now you literally have a focus group in front of you on a regular basis, and there's all sorts of fascinating things that go along with that for me. That asking those questions or having that relationship, that instant relationship, is such an interesting combo or an interesting world to sort of play in. So
Yeah,
that's
because it makes me, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Please go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, because it's one of those things like I was talking about earlier of like, oh, like, why does it feel like it's harder to write like for like picture books, but it's like easier to write for like older kids? And then I'm thinking like, it's it's not like I'm hanging out with like middle schoolers or anything like that, but like, I can't like, I'm not hanging around like I'm not. And maybe it's just like if I had a kid, like the ideas would like make more sense of like, oh, like what would make sense as a picture book because I know that audience more. It's like you see them every day, you know?
Yeah, it's you understand what they giggle at, or you understand like what they get excited by. And not every kid is the same, so it's not like every book is going to be perfect for every kid.
Right.
There is a level of like just, there's a point in your life generally where you stop being around kids, and then all of a sudden you're thrust back into that world, and it changes your perspective in that way. Now, that being said, my kid's almost 12, and he's a turd sometimes. And
like every 12-year-old should be.
yeah, at a certain point that does change, or it shifts a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're dealing with a nightmare on wheels, or soon to be on wheels. That way, he's only 12; he's not driving yet.
No, you still got some time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm absolutely dreading that day of like when we can't get him to remember certain things, or to pay attention, or to listen to us, and then I'm sitting in a car and he's got control of the gas pedal and brake. I'm dreading that day, but it's
gonna be great. I wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got some time before you have to think about that, but I'm sending positive vibes to you when the day finally comes.
Send me extra insurance. That's what I.
Oh my God.
That's the reality of it. But no, just that like it would be interesting to see time if you end up having kids that like does that change your perspective? Do the kids draw, or the age group that you draw, does it shift down of some sort?
That's because like I've never like I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's like I'm wondering like if like lately I've been focusing more on like coming up with story ideas for like older kids and stuff. Like I want to do another graphic novel at some point. But like just haven't thought like one of the things it's like, oh, if like you have a kid, it's like, are you gonna start wanting to like pitch like board books or something like that?
Oh,
like
yes. When do you ever go to a store, and like right now, my guess is when you go to a picture book store or any sort of bookstore that you go to like picture books, but you don't go to the board books.
Yeah, I never go to the board books.
But there's a whole audience there, and some of those board books are amazing and just don't get the light of day because it's such a small portion of time that those books are relevant in a kid's life.
Exactly. Oh, but you know what's been making my day lately? Because I keep mentioning them. Like my friends who just had a baby a few months ago, they send me pictures of him with the Mothman baby book that I did, the board book.
Yep.
And he loves Mothman, and it just makes my day. Like, I don't know if he understands Mothman, but like the fact that he loves the book and he loves the plushie and stuff, it's the cutest thing ever.
I see Mike Petrick, who's a Kidlit author illustrator on said in the comments here that there's a couple of different runs. Someone says it's your mom saying, tell Zoe how wonderful parenthood is. Someone wants grandkids.
Oh my God, stop. Okay, now you're going to bed now. Please go to bed.
You're at that age. There's like a cycle of like probably in your mid-20s, you were going to lots of weddings.
Oh my God, there's so many weddings. Yes, I'm finally like I've gone to so many weddings lately. Yeah. It's crazy.
You're getting out of wedding season, and now you're jumping into kid season, where kids are going to be the thing where I'm going to go to a baby shower next week and blah blah blah. Anyways, Teacher Marin says I had my kids at 38 and 43. That's like on the older side, but totally people are having kids later and later. But Mike Petrick says, and I think this is a good point to throw this in here. He's a great kidlit author and illustrator, like I said before. But he says, father of three here, career wise, I tend to suffer through work I normally wouldn't do because you got to get that money when you can. Otherwise, kids don't eat. And so
That is true.
idea
Yeah.
of like, your art is no longer just a let me have fun for myself. It's a this has got to put food on the table. This has got to become something else, which is
I know, and that's what I worry about. First of all, like I do remember Mike Petrick. I hope you're doing good, my friend. And
oh yeah, because we're in Chicago. That's right.
no, I've actually never met him. It's so funny. Like I don't know if he's in the chat, but he has my mom's maiden name, which is hilarious. So maybe we're related. I don't know, but what was I gonna say? But I remember we've chatted before on Twitter when Twitter used to be really good, I guess.
When Twitter was Twitter?
Yeah, exactly. What was I gonna say? But yeah, that's what I worry about. It's like, oh, like it's already like hard as it is of like, man, I'm like, because I don't know if anyone else has been feeling this, but like it's the projects are a little harder to come by.
Yep.
So it's like, man, if it's already hard now, it's like you throw in another person in the mix. It's like, dang, like that's gonna be really difficult.
Yeah, but when they smile at you,
Yeah.
no. That I never grew up with little kids around, so like I didn't quite understand how to interact with kids. But there is a moment there where like now after having a kid and working in this industry, like interacting with kids is so much fun. Or like being at I forget where I was at the grocery store the other day. They had some like funky song playing over the grocery store radio, and this little like must have been like 2-year-old was just getting in the groove.
Oh, that's so cute.
I was like, as 20-year-old me, I just walk by and be like, whatever. But as near 50 me, I'm going like, oh my God, I want to have a little kid like that. I want to hug a little kid constantly.
Aw, that's so cute.
They are pretty darn adorable. And so, I'm not trying to sell you. If your mom is still
I feel like every adult in my life right now is trying to sell me. So don't worry, I've been getting used to it. So it's just that age,
They cost a fortune. Sometimes they throw up on you. They come loaded with coal. So I'm trying to like downplay the level of wonder of a child.
Oh my God.
Pick their nose. You have to change the diapers all the time.
Oh yeah.
How else can I deteriorate the quality of?
Oh my God, that's so funny. No, I think the thing that's the most important is that it's part of like, and not everyone, obviously, everyone has their own path and stuff like that. I think it's just, from my understanding, that kids bring a very unique human experience.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you
and
do,
it's like, oh, go ahead.
and things like that? Do you do book events?
Yeah, lately I have been, which has been nice. I did not do much before, and like I was kind of shy about it, but like I did a few last year when Succulent came out, and they were a lot of fun. And then I'm doing 2 more this upcoming year. So I'm doing a festival in West Palm Beach. They're awesome. And then go ahead.
I was gonna say you have kids that show up to those, right?
Yes, yeah. Oh my God. The kids are like, they're awesome. They're hilarious. I love like the age range of like 4th grade and up. Because like I think they're still like excited about like meeting somebody who makes books. And they ask like a lot of fun questions, and then you get like the ones who are like, oh, well, like I actually want to ask you what it's like to be like an author and illustrator. Can you tell me what it's like? Or they like, hey, like I get it almost at every event. I get an amazing kid who brings their sketchbook and they show me their pages.
Oh,
And
yes.
it's like my favorite thing ever. It's like, because I would have loved that as a kid, you know? Like,
There's also like, that's an age range where they also are asking questions that like you can see that they understand that they can do that for a career, or that like they're connecting the dots. Whereas like if they're a kindergartner, most of the time they're just like there and they just want to tell you things that are completely unrelated, or they want to, you know, my dad
oh
like
yeah, I just I just did a school visit, and I was like explaining my process of like how do you make a picture book and stuff. And this kid, I think he was like, he must have been in like first or second grade. And like he just goes like, "Why is your dog named Zombie?" And like it just has nothing to do with the process. And
hold on hold on a second, your dog's name is Zombie?
yes.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Finish what you were saying.
Oh no, but like, and it cracks me up like that age range where they're just like saying things. They're like, oh, like my mom's from Illinois, or they love to say stuff like that. But yeah, I love that. Once like I get like the older grade levels, like they are like really fun to chat with and stuff. Like it's like, because I see myself like when I remember when I was their age and I was like drawing in my sketchbook, and I would have loved to like ask questions to like somebody in the industry and stuff like that. So
when the teachers start off the Q&A section and they go, or you know, whoever's hosting, now it needs to be a question.
yeah.
Like that's when you know you're in trouble, 'cause those are the age kids that are gonna ask you some like, or not ask you, they're gonna tell you something that isn't pertinent to what you need for the day of any sort. I did want to say Mike Petrick does say, where is it? I'm good. Yes, way back in the Twitter days. Hope you are doing well too. And then he also says, okay, Linda, I don't know many other Petricks in the world, and you are from Chicago. My grandpa moved to Cicero after the war, and we've been here ever since. And so nothing from your mom yet on that, but she did say Zoe was the best child. Are you an only?
No, she did not say that.
Are you an only child?
No, I'm the oldest of three. So that was very bold of her to say that.
No, that's all of a sudden hit me too. It's like she just dumped on those on the siblings.
I know. She's just being very funny.
That's what those siblings are gonna think when they see that later.
Yeah, I know.
Real funny, Mom.
I know. Oh my gosh. No. Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I was gonna say, do any of your siblings want to go into art of any sort?
No. So they are grown adults that one works she's doing social media and events planning stuff.
Okay.
And my other sibling just got her esthetician degree, so she is doing esthetician stuff.
What's esthetician?
It's like when you get like face masks and like beauty, like good feel good stuff. If she heard me right now, I know I'm butchering it. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's like all about like good health and beauty stuff. So she works at a spa.
It's she does all the things that I need on a regular basis. Don't take the time to do. Gotcha. Allow.
Yeah, right. I know. I was thinking about that too. I'm like, oh my God, like I told her like I got my first like ever like facial like not that long ago ever, and she's like, why did it take you so long?
Well, also, why didn't she do it for free for you like that?
Oh, because it was years ago. She did like she wasn't in the program yet or anything like that. But yeah, it'd be nice to like, oh man, it'd be nice to get a massage, you know, every once in a while, you know.
You're not gonna get a massage from your sister though.
No.
that's going to be payback. That's going to be digging an elbow into you, going.
No, exactly. No, she wouldn't do that, would she? I don't know.
I bet you there's going to be something like that.
Oh my gosh, no. But like I like, especially like if I'm working, it's actually been interesting with like working traditionally. I don't have nearly as many like shoulder like pains or anything like that. I don't know if you have anything like similar to that, where like if you work in a certain medium and like you feel more pain.
Well, I basically worked traditional for a long, long time. There's been a few times where I've worked digital, but I have had both of my shoulders freeze up.
Oh my God, that sounds like a nightmare.
Where, like where I can't move my shoulder for a long time. And the doctor did say in that case that when your shoulder freezes up, this is just a heads up, if one shoulder freezes up, it's more than likely that your other shoulder freezes up. Which
Okay.
doesn't make any sense to me. He said that, and then the second one froze up, and he said it was because of just repetitive movements. And so
That makes sense.
with a laptop or a mouse or a tablet or whatever, and can happen with something like a paintbrush. So I don't think it's one better than the other. Just so you know, that is a statement from I forget what his specialty, but he's basically like orthopedic something along that lines, dude that I saw back in the day.
Yeah, because it is interesting because like when I did injure my left shoulder for like a hot second, like then like my right shoulder started hurting horribly, where it started hurting more than my left.
It's probably like favor one over the other or something.
Yeah, it has to be because oh God, that was not very fun. But yeah, it's like I only get it when I'm doing like digital artwork for a really long time. While with like traditional art, I mean, knock on wood right now, but like I've been very fortunate with dealing with injuries or anything like that.
I was gonna say, do you have like illustrators back from hunching over?
Yes, I definitely do. I'm doing it right now as we speak, which is not very good. You said that, and I immediately fixed my posture.
I'm going to every night that I get out of the studio or I go upstairs or whatever, I have this like hunch to my back because I'm fighting the sitting down for a long time in the same position sort of element, which is pretty common. But no, I mean, there's that book that we were talking about before. I had a whole thing about like what's that? The yellow lens, like the blue light protected glasses.
Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff is in there as well, saying like be careful of that. But there's one of the programs at our school. They are smart enough to, and probably should do it in other rooms, but they put some of those like stretchy bands you can use for exercise. They put them around a column so that the students don't stay sitting in the spot for too long. They can get up and actually like literally exercise in the classroom.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's a good idea for a studio at some point to like throw that thing in the space.
Yeah, just to encourage like to get up every once in a while too, get the blood flow.
I'm trying to see if I want to do a little mustache on this guy. I think I might.
Oh yeah, I need to see. It's looking so good.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Originally, I was going to make it say hug hog and vice versa. So.
Oh my God, it's just so good. I just admire your style and your collage work so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I admire your style. Well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh.
Well, one thing I was looking through. Well, actually, I want to ask you a little bit about the digital versus traditional. But I was looking through the Greta and the Giants, and there's moments in here where, like, I imagine a majority of this is digital, correct? If not all.
Say that one more time.
The Greta and the Giants, is this all digital?
It is all digital.
But you have such, like, there's moments in here where, like, it's really questionable of is it digital? Is it traditional? There's certain things that are like clearly you have such a sharp line, hard to maintain, but there's some textures and show up. And I want to ask a little bit about that sort of that idea of what or how do you make the decision of when to do digital versus traditional? Is it something that is case dependent, or is it feeling or like your personal dependent?
Yeah,
I because you just feel like working in a different medium.
All of my current work like published has been done digitally, but
Yeah.
I guess like ever since like college, I've just been on a mission of like, how do I make my digital art look traditional? Because I've just always loved the look of it so much. Like all of my favorite um folks that like work in illustration or kid lit and books and so on and so forth all work traditionally. So I've just kind of always had that like envy of like, oh well, like I want the sauce too. Like how do they make their work look so good? So for just like years, like I would just try so many different custom brushes. Like back when like Kyle Webster used to like post all of his brushes that you can
Yeah.
buy, like the mega packs and stuff like that. I still have those. Um, Gosh, that's really old now thinking about it. But like
Kyle Webster, or just like the
yeah, or just like Kyle Webster like brushes, you could get them like you used to be able to buy them on like his Gumroad,
oh
before
yeah.
like he started working for like Adobe, and I think he works for Procreate now.
I feel like he was with. I don't. To be honest, I don't remember. If anybody out there is watching and remembers, he. Yeah, it was. I for some reason in my mind he was at Photoshop, then he went to Procreate, then he went back to Photoshop. But I think he's. I think you're right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
Okay.
I don't think that's correct. I think he probably is still at Procreate. But in my mind, that sort of made sense. But I don't. I think you're right. I think he is at Procreate, which is so funny. You just like shift from one to the other like that. But uh,
Right, yeah, like so I like use his brushes a lot and I would just play around with like different brushes to like um just try and get something that feels traditional. And and I still have always had that issue to this day. So it got to the point where like I sold my next picture book that I'm working on, and I was like, you know what? I'm just doing it. I'm just jumping in and I got to do it. And I'm painting it traditionally for the first time. So it's like very daunting but very exciting.
yeah.
And it's one of
That's
those like, why did it take me so long to do this, I guess.
well, that's a big leap because there's lots of like you can't easily correct uh, when doing traditional work. Like you don't have layers. You don't have.
Oh yeah.
You
You know what I started doing to almost like to train myself in a way? Like I started painting on like one layer digitally,
yep.
and I just been like that's just how I paint digitally now. I treat it like I'm like painting like with acrylics or something.
Yeah. You have
Um
to fight the edge. You have to like edge against edge, so you can't layer and move stuff or shift it afterwards.
yes.
Edge.
And it has been a game changer. If I have any advice to give to like I don't like aspiring illustrators or stuff like that, like,
Yeah.
and they want to keep doing digital painting, but they want to it feels like, oh, I'm missing something. I want to try some things. Like seriously, paint on one layer. I think it makes
Mhm.
a huge difference. It really does. I think my artwork has gotten better because of it.
That is basically my rule of thumb for painting digitally. Not that I do a lot of it of any sort, but I set boundaries. So it's painting on one layer, so you don't have like you can't mess around with layer styles all that much. You can't, it's you have to push things around and you have to draw on top of what you've already done. And the
Yeah.
other I like is that I tell people to do time is set time frame for working. So it's um, like or actually there's a couple of different ones. It's a certain amount of undos per project. You can only
Hmm.
you can still do them, but like set a limit, and then the time frame in which you work to make sure that you don't overanalyze the piece or push too hard in one area. And one of the things I've told people as well is the idea, if they need to control and they want the undo or want those kind of things, is to not zoom in.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't zoom in like crazy.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just doing minute things that no one's ever going to see.
And I was really guilty of doing that for sure before.
It's
Like those are all like good rules of thumb, honestly. Like I used to be so stubborn with like especially in high school and like college and stuff. I'm like, oh, digital's the future. So like, why would I need to learn how to do all these like traditional techniques? Like that's old. And as I've left school and like I've been in this for however long I have, I'm like, oh dang, I was just being a little whiny baby. And I'm like, there's actually a lot of merit to like doing these techniques and things like that.
well, the thing that I love about it, and in no way am I trying to disparage digital of any sort, because some people, I worry that people will come on and go like, well, you always talk smack about digital and it's not good or whatever. Like, no, digital is totally fine, but I think
Oh yeah.
where I have an issue with digital, or where it comes into play, is when people rely on it as somehow it's the solution to a good piece of art. It is the answer to somehow solving the equation that needs to be figured out. But the thing that I like about traditional tends to be irregularity. That I
Oh
just
yeah.
the mess ups or the mistakes to come from the what do I want to say, the digital realm, because it's too easy to perfect and too easy to move things around, and I like that risk, that inherent risk. But I want to ask, sort of on that digital side, do you feel like you're shifting now towards traditional because the project calls for it, or like, I asked this in a different way before, but I want to nail it down a little bit different here, in the sense of, I have a theory that as people get older, they gravitate towards things of their youth. So the equivalent of,
Ooh.
as my example is, if someone is someone that's in rock and roll, right? They're playing lots of heavy guitars and distortion and whatnot. At a certain point in their life, they probably go back to like getting an old blues guitar and just playing old blues guitar, and they're not playing with amps. You know, like there's this push towards like the roots element, where it came from. And I think some of that is like inherently tied into what I do and what a lot of artists do, that we're trying to get back to our youth, or we're trying to get back to like the mindset of when we were a little kid. And I wonder, in your case, this idea of going back to the traditional materials or playing in that world, are you trying to achieve something that was once easy for you that you didn't know, and
Huh.
you're at a point in your life where you've done it a certain way, or you were trained, and you're trying to unlearn?
That's so interesting. Part of me, you know what? I'm gonna say purely because, like, sure, as a kid, I would, draw with like colored pencils and like things like that. Like, I don't think it was ever, hmm, I don't know if it, for me, going back to traditional feels like a call back to that in a sense. I think it's, because because of my age, it's just like I started like ever since I saw like people could do art like digitally on like DeviantArt and like Neopets and stuff like that. It's like that's like I was like that was like what I wanted to do like as like a 10-year-old. So like that was like the goal. Oh, you know what? You bring up an interesting point, because you could give the argument of like, oh, like I didn't play with traditional materials as much as I would have wanted to during those periods. Like,
Yeah.
especially in high school and college. Oh, college, I did not take advantage of doing traditional stuff as much as I should have. So now, like, as I've gotten older and I'm like relearning all these techniques that like my art teachers and professors would like tell me about, but I didn't particularly listen. Now that I'm like, I have the patience to like do it. I guess it's like, it's interesting. I want to say like half yes, but like
Yeah.
in an older kid way, I guess,
Well,
rather than like
I,
youth.
even the idea of just um, as you get older, you appreciate things that you once uh, thought of as antiquated or
Yes.
didn't see the connection. Like the equivalent of, there's part of me that wants to go back and get a canvas out and paint on a canvas. And
Hmm.
that wants to go like, do some of the things that are like the fine art thing that happened in school that I sort of blew off because it wasn't illustration. Uh,
Yes. Bingo. Yep. Hmm.
or even the equivalent of like, not necessarily that I blew it off, but just the idea of it didn't excite me in the same way, and so it just didn't live in the forefront of my brain in a way that now potentially there's more option for it, or what have you. Um, do you think? Um, I'm seeing what people wrote here. Hold on a second. I'm always still trying to move. Yeah, it's that idea of like, where did all this stuff come from? How are we somehow evolving as artists and pushing things forward? I think it's just a fun topic to play with. And I think as I get older, the more I look at like longevity and, at a certain point, kidlit may not be the thing. And I might have an interest in something that is even more like challenging, or maybe this becomes too easy in a way, which it hasn't yet, but maybe someday it does. And then it's like, okay, well, what's the next thing that I'm going to do that's going to force my hand to try to evolve?
Right. Yeah, it's like it's almost like a sense of like, yeah, you want to keep evolving in something. Like, um, yeah, you bring up acrylics, and that's interesting too, because it's like the last time I touched acrylics was in high school, and it was like a really small little like 5x7 canvas that I had to do, and I had a horrible time with it. And I never touched it ever again. And now I'm like, oh, dang, maybe I should give that a try again. Like, it's like I have a better appreciation for it now.
It's the same thing with oils for me, where like I was never very good at oils, but at some point, maybe it's worth trying again because I have learned new things since then. um, sorry.
Oh, you are all good.
Yeah, no. But it's also like, yeah, just to me, it's a valuable, like, who are we as people? What does this all mean? How are we going to, uh, you know, even in the world of kidlit, what I wanted to do 10 years ago and my aesthetic has changed. Like, even this is going to sound maybe a little disheartening to some of the people that watch me, or follow my stuff, but there is a point where I go, I love collage, but at the same time, how, like, I need something else. That I need the next step, and maybe it is still collage and adding something or taking away something or whatever it may be. But I'm starting to get to this point where I go, well, it feels a bit repetitious.
That's how I felt with digital work. Like it just felt like it became like it was becoming too much like a almost like assembly line's not the right word, but like you just figure out like a routine and flow
Yeah,
with it that it's like, oh, like it doesn't feel like I'm challenging myself anymore, you
yeah.
know?
It's a formula at a certain point.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're not like connecting like neuron paths like as much as you did when you first learned how to do that material, you know?
Yeah, and I don't know what, like, what the next evolution is or what it's going to look like later down the line, but there is that, like, that need to, I mean, I would assume most people who are artists understand this, but that need to, like, just continue to find the next thing, and the wanting to be fresh and interesting, um and maybe that's actually going backwards, in a weird way,
Mm-hmm.
back to something that was previously done of some sort. I do. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, I just want to check the time there real quick.
Oh yeah, I haven't even looked. Oh my goodness, what time is it even?
It is 11:30.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I might have to call it now then if it's already 11:30.
There's your husband's upstairs crying because you have not been entertaining or helping out in any way.
Oh no. Yeah, how dare I?
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there thinking about what was it that he sells? Oh, wine. He's up there thinking about wine and how important it is, and how you just spend time making art. Give me I'll pull the screen and we can do a little send off. I finished my piece and I'm on just a little doodle that I had.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so we both finished our pieces then. That's great.
Yeah, I found I went and did a little demo at a high school the other day, and my swatches or my paper that I have along with me. So I pulled out a piece sitting in there that had been in there a year, and I didn't even know it. And so I'm gonna finish it up and make it look lovely. But let me shift my camera back to the old. Here,
Yeah, I should shift back too.
Let's go. Let's pause on our shots of our real quick, so people can see them all nice, lovely.
There we go.
And then, if Lauren is smart enough upstairs, she can. Oh, I just hit the wrong thing. She can take a screenshot right now. Hopefully, she's listening. It looks great. Your pieces. I'm trying to think of like your color palette in this reminds me. Do you know who Zach Mann is?
Yes, I love his work. He's great.
Yeah, it feels like something about the color in there. Some of those greens really remind me of some of his color play. And I love the shape language. And man, your stuff is so like vibrant and exciting. My stuff.
Oh, thank you. I just realized like my phone quality is nowhere near as good as yours. Oh my God.
What do you mean phone quality? No, mine's pretty gross. But hey,
let me switch to. Okay, whoops. See, I'm mixing up buttons. There we go. Okay, there we go. That was fun. Thank you.
Look at this. This is the hat that someone made in 15 minutes.
Oh,
now, look
I don't believe them. There's no way that was done in 15 minutes. That's crazy.
She is a superstar when it comes to knitting. Anyways, this has been wonderful. I will say, every night I have a very good time with guests, and then there are nights where, and this is going to sound bad at first, but sound wonderful at the end. There are nights where I'm like, oh man, I got to go do Gavin Doodle. It's not because I dislike the person or anything of the sort. We love everybody.
Oh yeah.
But it's just, I'm like, oh, it's going to be a late night, or I'm tired, or things of the sort. And then I have a night like this where I'm like, we just goofed around and chatted.
Yeah, exactly.
Nonsense at certain points about food and pecan bread and cheese and not. And I have to ask you this before we actually wrap up. Tell me, your dog's name is Zombie.
Yes.
Is that short for anything?
You were the first person to ever ask me that. Okay. Technically, yes. I mean, legally his name is Zombie, but he's named after a beer called Zombie Dust. Okay. So that way, I mean, that's not his full name, but that's like where the inspiration comes from. But usually anyone who's ever asked me like, oh, why is his name Zombie? I either get like, oh, are you a Walking Dead fan? Yep. Which I've never seen, but I do like zombie movies. And then I always get, are you a Cranberries fan? And I do say yes, because I do like the Cranberries. But
that's not really what it is. It's really...
No, exactly. So it's kind of a mix of all things. And everyone's like, oh, he's named after a beer. That's interesting.
Well, the reason I asked, we have 2 dogs. We have 2 cats and 2 dogs, and they all have longer names. Like, our dogs are Mayo and Noodle. And
cute.
Mayo is actually Little Miss Mayonnaise, and Doodle is chicken. And then our cats are Frankie Peanut Butter and Jelly Beans.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Even though they have a singular name, that sounds like a full name, like noodle is a, but like in reality, on paperwork places, it says chicken noodle corn dog. And so I
Oh
assume that
my God.
zombie is like a portion of, so zombie dust is such a,
Yeah, but I mean that would be like we don't even call him that at all. Like I don't even like he's just always been zombie or he's always been like Mr. Gooby or just something completely not
yeah.
related to his name.
I forget, there was a name that my son came up with the other day for a dog. Let me see. Lauren, what was the name of the dog that Charlie came up with the other day? It actually had "and" in it, so it was like sounded like two dog names, and it
Oh
had,
my God.
but it was supposed to be one dog. It was some weird. What? Oh yeah, that's. I think that was. It was Dummy and Squints, which is like.
Oh my God.
But instead of two dogs, one being named Dummy and one being named Squints, it's one dog named Dummy and Squints. Which to me, that "and" is really funny to put.
I mean that's so good. It's like naming it's like naming a horse like type of convention, you know? It's like it elevates it in a very funny way.
Actually, I didn't think about the horse connection, but yeah, the whole thing for me is like when I go to the vet and they have to say the full name, it's so funny to me, and that's the whole reason for doing it. Anyways, side topic. You have been wonderful. I have thoroughly enjoyed our conversation. I giggled, I laughed, I peed a little.
Oh my God, that's so funny. No, I had a great time too. This was awesome, Mark. Thank you.
Good. I'm so glad that we got to meet each other. And is there anything that you want to plug before you hop off? Like a project coming up, a book that's coming out, anything of that sort?
Doesn't come out for another year or so, but my next picture book, Basil and Dill's Big Rome, will be coming out. And I guess I'm just gonna plug like, hey, if you're into graphic novels or if you know somebody or a kid in your life who's really into graphic novels, check out my graphic novel, How to Talk to Your Succulent. I worked super hard on it and it means the world to me and I hope you get a chance to read it. So, and yeah. Yay!
Go get some sleep. Avoid the Florida bugs.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to get some shut eye. It's going full grandma mode. So excited.
This has been lovely. I will be in touch. If you post anything, just hashtag it. Or not hashtag it, but at me so I can see, and I'll do the same when I post. I'm going to probably post this Saturday, maybe Saturday.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I could stand to like scan this in and then I can definitely post it. That'd be great.
Yeah. So anyways, go get some sleep. It's been
All right. Have a good night, guys. Have a good night. Thank you. This is awesome. Bye.
So real quick, before everybody leaves, stay here. I don't want to see that number drop of viewers at all. Real quick, next week we have on Tom Engelberger, who did the Origami Yoda, who did, I don't know if I grabbed the right one here. Yeah, Two-Headed Chicken. Really fun graphic novel dude that's going to be on. He was supposed to be on 3 weeks ago, and I got horribly sick that night. So he's going to be joining us. The other thing, I'm going to plug it one last time. On Saturday, I'm going to be putting up these. What? Oh, that's on Wednesday, yes. Real quick, before everybody goes again, I'm going to plug it one last time, which is I have these two pieces that I made with on Doodle when Raoul III was on. He made a piece as well. And I'm setting up a auction that I will be posting on Saturday. That if you want to buy these, they start at $50. That's cheap. That's super cheap, but it's an auction. All the proceeds go to help out immigrants in Minnesota that have been affected by the raids and all that kind of stuff there through the nonprofit Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota. Sorry, Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota. And so any money that's raised on this will go towards that. I don't even know, Lauren, are we willing to say, no, I don't want to say that yet. Never mind. No, I'm not going to say that yet. But the details will be posted then. So go raise some money. And get these. They're two lovely things that would look nice in a frame in a room, especially a little kid's room. Little kid who's into radical things like radical dinosaurs. Anyways, that's it for the evening. You all have a good one. I will see you next week. Again, Wednesday, I believe at 6 o'clock with Tom Engelberger. Bye, everybody. I think it's funny if I just hold it here right now. I said bye, and I'm just gonna look into the camera for a while. Bye, everybody. Here's what I look like without glasses. Ah! Bye.